gearing up for war, don't get it mixed up. I come in peace, kid. I'm bringing commentary and the new releases. I put them hours in to get prepared now. We play on expert level, don't get scared now. I'ma destroy you when I'm frozen, I can tear down. If you ain't tuned into the channel, keep your head down. Cut the fix up with some Xbox babies, put the switch up. See me gearing up for war, don't get it mixed up. I come in peace, kid. I'm bringing commentary and the new releases. I put them hours in to get prepared now. We play on expert level, don't get scared now. I'ma destroy you when I'm frozen, I can tear down. If you ain't tuned into the channel, keep your head down.
I can show you the world.
Oh my God.
I was just saying, before we went live, I just saw this tweet from, I just saw this tweet where they're making fun of JD Vance and they have him like singing Amongst the Clouds, singing that song. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, no.
Funny as hell. He was like, take you wonder by wonder. A whole new world.
I don't like it.
Anyway, let me be professional. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to The Fix. You're here with your man, Infinite Umbra. And I'm joined by two great panelists, co-hosts, co-stars. And that is Daniel J. McGee.
What's up? What's up?
You can hear the pure enthusiasm and joy in his voice.
I'm so excited.
And of course, the ever knowledgeable superstar himself, Crusader.
How are we doing tonight, chat?
Yes, indeed. I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat that's come by. I see you all. I see you, Adidas, who joined our Fixer tier for memberships. By the way, memberships are active. If anyone wants to join, we're starting slow with it. Of course, we still have to map out the higher tier. Or I could just keep it to a lower tier. I don't necessarily have to have a higher tier, but yeah, so it's a low entry point if you guys want to contribute to the show and help us in different ways in that way, which will go to, helping for more equipment, maybe one day, a camera, maybe.
Oh my God.
Maybe, perhaps.
Oh boy.
Mayhaps. But yes, thank you all in the chat. I see you, BT. I see you, Pante. I see you, Gray, our mod, Gray Monad. What's up, brother? Spider is always here and reliable. Thank you for coming by, brother. Appreciate you. Stilo, the legendary Yobi, Korkenstein, the Corkster. Thank you for coming by, brother. Yeah, thank you all for being here. And for anyone who may be lurking or getting here late, thank you all for coming by and supporting as well. The game on the screen right now is Starfire Eternal Cycle. For those that may be wondering. What's up, Zach? And who's this? Oh, I don't see you too often. The Recipe. Thanks for coming by. So, yeah, this game right here is Starfire Eternal Cycle. For those that may be wondering. I'm not sure if it's on console, but I played this on Steam. I enjoyed it. It's okay. It's not, if I would to tell you to try it out, I would tell you to wait for a sale. I wouldn't get it at anything beyond $15, I would say. I don't think it's that great. I think it's okay. But it's enjoyable, I would say. And more you get into it. It's a roguelite in a way. Kind of side scroller, beat 'em up. It's interesting. King Styles, what's up? So yeah, look, we're going to try to keep it kind of tight tonight. Probably aiming for like an hour and a half if we can get to that. If we go a bit over, that's whatever. And if we get to 2 hours, it is what it is. But yeah, so tonight we'll be covering obviously for the news roundup of all types of news and things like that. But the bigger points would be the new Steam machine. the Lean Mean Steam Machine, and I got a lot of thoughts on it. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it because there are some controversial takes I've seen that is kind of contradictory, considering the flack that Xbox had gotten for the next gen, and then it's like, yeah, but this looks great. It's like, wait a minute, isn't this the same thing? Okay, whatever.
I've been seeing those same takes, and I'm glad you brought them up.
It's very confusing, so I want to get you guys' takes on that. But that said, yeah, that's one of them, and of course we'll be going over the quickly, probably not too long, just getting thoughts on the PlayStation State of Play Japan event that went by the other day, and get you guys rating for that. Maybe I'll play it as we talk. But yeah, other than that, let's get this show on the road. Daniel J. McGee, my brother, tell the good folks what you've been up to, man. What have you been playing, watching, doing, etc.?
This week, not too much. I got into a couple of TCGs, unfortunately. I've been collecting the One Piece trading card game for a little bit, but a friend of mine was like, hey man, what if we played? So we went to a local thing, and I'm not a big card game guy. Like, I was collecting them because I like One Piece. But unfortunately, I did win like a lot, and then got the winner's card, and so now I think I kind of like want to do it again.
Wait, so like the One Piece is kind of like Magic
the One Piece is real.
or something, or yeah. The One Piece is real. But like it's actually a card game and akin to Okay, all right. Yeah. You've activated my freedom card or something like that, I guess, with Luffy.
It's a little bit less like that. You have. I'm trying to think of like a different card game that it's similar to, but the only other one I can think of is Riftbound, which I also started playing because we were having an event for it the same night.
Oh man.
Which is the League of Legends card game and is also good, but like I'm just not as into it because I don't care about League of Legends.
Yeah.
But you have like a leader, so basically you pick like the captain of your crew, and then and he'll have like some bonus effect, and then everything else that you play, like. I guess it's kind of like Commander in Magic to an extent, if anyone's played that.
Yeah, that sounds very similar.
Yeah, except that it is pretty strictly one-on-one, at least from what we played.
Right.
But yeah, it's your leader has an effect that basically changes the game. So like some people have one where it's like, oh, you're just like, I mean, again, very much like Magic. It's like, one leader will be like, you have to attach. They call it Dawn, but it's effectively mana. You have to attach it here and do this, and like they all have crazy shit.
Is it like a passive kind of thing that just because you pick them, like it's like a passive effect that's always on the game, or do they have to be in play?
So they're always in play.
Okay.
But also it depends on who your leader is, because sometimes it is just like basically a buff. Like one of them is just like if you attach one of your mana to him for that turn, then this happens. And then other ones, it's like. It's less what he does and more like the cards of your crew will say like if your leader has type this, then this happens, right?
Okay. Yeah, because like in Commander, like there's only a handful that do stuff passively all the time. Like there's an ability called Eminence, but like they have the effects when they're on the field. So like for them, it's like always. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. It took me a minute to figure out how to play it because some of the other people there were playing it differently, and so we all had to decide like, hey, what is the actual ruling of how this works? But it is fun. I really enjoyed it, so I did play quite a bit of that this week, unfortunately.
You said unfortunately. You said unfortunately.
I play a degenerate amount of Magic the Gathering, so.
I guess that kind of makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah.
The really the only other thing that I did that's new, because I played like a lot of Deus Ex and other things that we've already talked about, is I started watching. I don't think I talked about this last week. I started watching an anime called Gachi Akuta. Did I talk about that last week?
I don't remember. Explain it a bit. You may have. I'm not sure.
So Gachi Akuta it's a shonen anime that I found just because it was on the front page of Crunchyroll. Although it is very popular right now. I think it's new this season, maybe last season, doesn't matter. But it's like a have and have not sort of story. So this kid grows up on this floating island where half of the island is like people who have all the money and all the power and all this, and they're just like constantly throwing shit out. And he lives on the poor side. They call him like tribesmen or something like that. And he has this whole thing where he's like, well, they're just throwing all this stuff out, and in this version of throwing it out, it's like off the side of the island. So he's like, they're just wasting all these resources that like we can't get more of because the island is just what it is.
Are you saying so he's an island boy? Is that what you're saying?
He's I guess so.
An island boy. Okay.
But so he's like breaking in places and stealing their trash before they can drop it, and he ends up getting like framed for a murder, and all this bullshit happens. And he gets dropped down with the trash down to the ground below, and it turns out like, oh, there's like a whole world down here where all these other people who either lived here before or also got dropped,
a whole new world,
have just like built this whole society. And they have the like shonen aspect of it is that they sort of play on that Japanese folklore thing where like if you have an item and you take care of it for like forever and forever, then it'll eventually like get a spirit of its own. You know what I mean? Like it's a yokai thing that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so they all have their like treasured items or whatever that become their weapons. So there's one guy who it's like an umbrella, and there's a girl who was a barber for years, and so hers is a pair of scissors. And so that just becomes like their cool anime weapon that they fight with. And it's genuinely really cool. Like I'm only, I think 6 or 8 episodes in, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, and the music is crazy.
You said it's called Gachiakata?
Gachiakuta.
Gachiakuta
at the end.
Okay, I'll look into it. You know what? Do me a favor if you could.
Yeah.
Link a brother that. I want to check that out. I've been looking into a few things myself lately, so I'll get to mine later. But I'm interested in that. Yeah.
It's really cool.
You sound like you've been out and about, man. I mean, you're out there playing the card games with fellows and folks, and you get checking out new anime. Sounds like you've been active.
Yeah, I have not spent a lot of time at my place this last week, unfortunately. So,
well, that's good. I mean, it's good to get out there and do some different things and such. I was sorry I was muting this video I got set up over here that I have to play for the state of play. But yeah. So that's cool though. The Gachiakuta, I got to look into that. I had been watching a few, like I said, but I'll get to mine in a minute. Did you get a chance to play any other games lately, or?
I've just been nose down trying really hard to beat Deus Ex for RSR. Turns out that game is a lot longer and a lot more complicated than I thought it was.
Yeah.
So I've been trapped in Hong Kong for like 2 days. And if anyone in the chat could tell me where the hell Max Chen is, I'd be really grateful. Thanks.
Help him out, folks. Help him out. Yeah, and of course, last but not least, of course, my brother Crusader. What have you been up to, brother? Tell the good folks what you've been up to, playing, watching, etc. I'm sure it's going to start with an M, right?
Oh yeah, of course. I've still been playing Minecraft Greg Tech New Horizons. Absolutely, we made it to Mars this week. We blew a hole in the surface of Mars.
Oh, there you go.
Goodness.
Did
you do that on purpose or no?
What say that you can't just blow a hole in the surface of Mars?
Nobody claimed it. It's free.
You can't just shoot
I have that as a soundboard. Yeah.
Why do you have that clued up?
So our one friend has this. He has been wanting to build the rocket to go to Mars for like a week now, and so that has been his join channel sound whenever he gets on to play with us. So I have it favorited because of that.
So he was ready.
Respect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we made it to Mars, and the reason we wanted to go to Mars was Mars is the planet that is the first place that has major ore veins for ores that we can turn into tungsten. Which, if you don't know what tungsten is old-timey light bulb filaments are made with tungsten. It's it's one of the densest metals.
Is that the one they make the cube out of, and then they're like, "Can you lift the cube?"
Yes, that is tungsten.
I've seen that.
It's also used in like high-end like machining equipment, like drill bits and stuff. Tungsten carbide, because it's very, very, very hard. But yeah. So we've been having fun doing that. I also downloaded and played a little bit. I'm going to be playing some more of it because I want to do an actual mini review of it.
Ooh.
The 6.0 release of Novus. It's a mod pack for Skyrim that adds like thousands of hours of content to Skyrim, visual overhauls, gameplay
Ooh.
overhauls, completely redone animations. Uh, Basically, every perk tree mod that exists has been smashed together and rebalanced. A ton of different mods that add new magics, like magic systems and magic spells, have been added. Tons of new weapons and armor. All of it lore friendly, not all of it directly from the Elder Scrolls, or I should say, lore friendly adjacent. So like, there's armor from The Witcher in it,
Okay.
right? But like that fits the Skyrim aesthetic. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But
You're
like,
like, we
you'll
got leather.
recognize
That's
that
fine.
you'll recognize the outfit as like Yennefer's or Geralt's or something like that. But like, a lot of inspired armors from different fantasy genres. Tons of new, basically expansion-sized contents of like places to go that are fully voice acted. Some of the classics that were like some of the oldest mods that got people hired at different studios, like Falkscar, Worm's Tooth, like a bunch of those. It's just like the way to play Skyrim, in my opinion. I'm going to do a mini review of the 6.0 release, but like I really want to wait until 6.1 comes out for that release, because I've been speaking to the mod pack developers, and some of the changes that they made in 6.0 allow them to add some stuff coming up that they didn't they wanted to get it out of beta and release before they added this stuff. But there's some of my favorite mods that are for Skyrim are basically going to get added in the next major feature update. And so I'm gonna wait for my full playthrough then, but I wanted to do a mini review and get it out now. And it has full controller support, which is crazy for modded Skyrim, because of how many additional keybinds and stuff get added for the different systems. Like, it has an entire the entire Ash of War system from Elden Ring just ported into it. It has like a full stances system where you can press different keybinds and you can do different weapon stances, and you can have different like combo attacks. If you're doing melee, like it's incredible. Totally recommend it to everyone.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, you were mentioning beyond the Minecraft situation with you guys destroying Mars, as if you were One Punch Man. Not sure if anyone reads that, but he casually destroyed some planets out there. Anyway, that said, you were saying with the Novus, I tried Novus the V5.
Probably V5, yeah.
Yeah, and I that bad boy. I spoke about it one time, Danny, if you remember, way back. And it looked magnificent, man. Like the changes that it
that
had.
away too.
I believe you, because I remember seeing, because I have the I actually have them on my Discord. Let me see. Yeah, I have Novus, literally their Novus Discord, and I remember going to it to learn how to install it properly, because it was a little intimidating on how you install it.
It is, though. I will say it's like a full auto installer. You just have to do some like configuration prior to
little tweaks and such, as Lucius would say, tweaking and twerking. But yeah, other than that, I got it to work. And this is somebody who, like myself, who is not super adept at this type of stuff, and I got it to work. So it takes some elbow grease, as they would say, but it is dope. And after you get it to work, it's like, wow. It turned Skyrim. Now, I know I'm on PC, so it's going to look better than console, but it did turn that into something that looked like, wow, this could possibly pass as something that you can play in modern times, right?
I'll have some screenshots and stuff that we can put up next week.
Yeah, for sure. Well, next week will be a bit different, actually. So maybe.
Oh, yeah, not next week. I'll have some screenshots that maybe Umbra can retweet out for people.
There we go.
It looks. I'm using a set of shaders that makes it more vibrant, almost like on the vibrancy level of like Horizon Zero Dawn. Because I really like bright and colorful in my games, and Skyrim is not.
I'm with you on that. By the way, that's kind of what I had against Outer Worlds, is like the lack of vibrancy at times. It has a more muted color palette for Outer Worlds, and I would have liked more vibrancy, to your point.
They backported FSR 3, or not backported. They made the game compatible with FSR 3.1, by the way. So if you have a graphics card that can use FSR, that can enable FSR 3.1, it'll work. And it's also compatible. Now, Pure Dark puts his DLSS mod behind a paywall on Patreon. You have to subscribe for 1 month once, and then you can use it forever.
I think that's what I had to
Technically
do
against
for
Bethesda's TOS, but no one's ever gone after him for it.
Yeah, they don't care.
No one really wants to because he's the only one that's ever gotten DLSS to work in Skyrim, and like you can use DLSS 4 in Skyrim.
They were like, we want to get him, but he's too good.
He's too good. Like no one in the community will bitch because we don't want it to go away.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's they don't include it stock because in order to authenticate, in order to get that to work, you do have to sub to his Patreon once in order to like.
I believe I had to do that for.
Download.
I believe I had to do that for Nova's the 5 too. Now that you mentioned it. Yeah.
There's if you want a DLSS, you have to do that. But like you can play without it, and like I said, they have a full option for FSR.
Yeah.
It has full ultra wide support too. If you have an ultra wide monitor.
I do. Yes.
So like there's a lot of.
I would play it on my TV though, but yeah, if I can imagine it looks insane on this because I had a 49-inch monitor that I'm doing for the podcasting, but yeah.
And I am proud to say I helped beta test the controller functionality.
Oh, nice.
So I was testing it before it was officially pushed in. So I was doing all the custom installation of that on top of the mod pack.
All right, look at you.
Because they wanted it to be in, but they needed a level of testing before they wanted to actually put something that could be that broken into the beta build. And so I was helping testing the initial stuff of it, and it's truly great. Like, if the only downside is it does take up like 300 gigs of space on your hard drive.
Yeah, it takes up a lot. Even with Novus 5, I think it took about almost the same.
You're shoving 3,600 plugins into Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're not getting any of the compression that would happen if it was included in the base game. And all of those mods come from thousands and thousands of different modders, and they have been further modded to work together properly.
So what you want to do with Novus, like when I went through the walkthrough with Novus 5, is use Nexus mods. Nexus has this.
That's what you paid for.
Yeah, you pay for that for Nexus. Nexus makes it a breeze, so to speak. It takes a while, but Nexus will put everything you need as far as those files. They'll convert it right over to you and get it programmed into it without you having to do all the fusses and muss and fuss. It makes it way easier.
Nexus was free.
Yeah.
It is free. It is free.
Back in my day.
You can use it for free.
Yeah.
However, if you want to download everything automatically, you have to click the free option for every single mod. Right. And it rate limits your download to 3 megabytes a second.
So it's free, but it's like we're gonna make you feel free.
That's how Nexus mod has been for the last like 10 years, which isn't a problem when you're downloading like 1 or 2 mods.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you're downloading 3,600.
When you're downloading 300 gigs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different story.
Get better.
Yeah.
And like they do have to pay for that website somehow, and they have to pay for the internet bandwidth for every user to come in and download 1 trillion files up and down from them.
Yeah.
That's far more expensive than running a regular website.
To me, I think Nexus is well worth it for. Yeah. They're not asking. I think it's like $7 I pay a month for that.
Like a month, yeah.
Yeah.
I subscribe. I pay whatever their yearly fee is because I use it for enough different stuff.
Yeah.
Because modding and BC games are like my favorite things. Like older games and modding is like my jam.
You hear that, Gray? We're talking about PC up in here, Gray.
Oof.
I hope it doesn't burn your ears. Anyway, that said, man, I got to see what the Nova 6 is looking like. I did see a preview of it. It
looks
way back.
incredible, man.
I bet it does. I might, I'll have to just uninstall everything, which is a lot for Nova's 5 and to try it out. But I don't mind that. Yeah, but that single-handedly
I would
got
literally delete that profile and just install a new one.
That's best. Yeah, probably best to do just that. Like I looked at it, and you're right. It takes up a lot as far as like storage because. My PC had 4 terabytes. Yeah, I had 4 terabytes on the main PC, and it's like it just ate all of that up amongst the other games I installed. But yeah, that's cool, man. What else did you get a chance to watch anything new or? What?
I was watching a little bit more of Hazbin Hotel, but I'm not totally caught up, and I don't want to talk about it, and I don't want anyone in chat to talk about it because I don't want to be spoiled.
All right, so
it's very rare that I actually care about being spoiled for things. That's how much I like that show.
Oh, so you don't know about how the hotel burns down yet?
Oh, man, you should have seen that when they burned the hotel down.
That's crazy. That was the coolest thing.
Yeah, man, you missed out.
I don't know anything about this show.
Yeah, but listen, as far as myself, on the anime front, I do want to check out the Gachiakuta, but I had been watching, finally checked out, and I had been recommended this by Rodimus, who was often in a GCP Discord. It's called To Be Hero X, which is a Chinese and Japanese like co-produced and developed anime. The best way I can describe it visually, it does a mix of this 3D-esque, Pixar-esque kind of, that K-pop drama thing, the K-pop Hunters animated.
Hunter?
It looks kind of like that, but it has really solid animation. It's akin to that, but it also does this unique. I was going to say weird, but I don't want to call it weird. It sounds negative. It has this unique blend of that and traditional animated, 2D animated style art with it. It's very different. The voice acting is okay. They do have a bit of that. Oh wow, yeah, like a bit of that wanderlust talk. Like they sound like goofy teens at times, but I think the main protagonist's voice actor is pretty solid. I would imagine it's somebody who is we all would know if I look into it, but it's decent. Animation, should I say, is really top quality. The fight scenes and such are really cool, and it's a bit of an anthology series. So you start off with this one main character and characters, and then it moves to the focus of other characters in the next episodes. Like I'm up to episode 4. And so I think after episode 4 it switches to new character, or probably at episode 4 switches to new protagonists and such. But they're all tied together somehow from what I had read. So if you all have any interest in checking out something new on the anime front, look into To Be Hero X. It's on Crunchyroll as well. So yeah. By the way, the first 3 episodes you can find them dubbed or subbed on YouTube, free of charge. Via Crunchyroll or otherwise, so pretty good for that reason. I haven't checked it out, the subbed version, but that's why I can't speak to that. But I'm sure it's probably better than English, being honest. But
I walked in on a friend of mine watching One Piece with the English dub. I couldn't. Simply could not handle. I walked in. I was like, "That's what Frankie sounds like." No, it doesn't.
The English dub for One Piece is atrocious. It is not worth it at all. There are a few.
That just makes me want to watch it.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, torture
if
yourself.
this is the way we get you to watch 1,100 episodes of a show, I'm down.
What if he watches it and starts loving it in dub and like, I'm watching?
If he watches it, he will love it because it is really good.
It is really good. Very, very.
It's
political.
one of those things that I've been too afraid to start.
You know what? Don't be afraid though. Like give it a try and try to like take it slow. It is a lot.
Such a time commitment. It's like starting Critical Role.
It's a lot. I definitely understand where you're coming from, but it is worth it. To Danny's point, also too, like,
I'm sorry, you can fly to Mars, but you can't watch one.
Right.
I actually do need some stuff to put on in the background while I'm playing.
Oh, that's perfect. There, that's perfect.
We found it.
We got you. So yeah, check that out. But it's One Piece is very political too. Like that's what I like about it. It has
especially
a lot of
lately.
It's very, very much so, especially lately. But it's always been that way. But like there was some debate about it. Like, oh, it's not political. Like what are you? Everything we do here in this world is political in some way, tied to something in some
the main
fashion.
Character is like basically the spirit of freedom at this
literally
point. Like
literally
come on.
Like literally you can't even Oda, when he wrote it, like his inspiration were
the bad guys are is the military who is
right.
basically the cops.
Exactly.
Like what do you mean?
And you got the world government that they're up against. Yeah, it's very much so political. But there was this uproar with people like arguing that it wasn't. Like I'm like, what show have you been watching?
She's been political the whole time.
Yeah, it's been political entire time. Very political too. It's not even like somewhat. It's like super political. But
I used to, have it be the B plot, and now it's the A plot, but it was always there.
Yeah, it was always there. Now it's much more prevalent, I suppose, like to your point. But that said, To Be Hero X, I would check that out. Also, I've been watching this new show by Vince Gilligan, if you all remember from Breaking Bad fame.
Pluribus?
Yeah, yes. Pluribus. Yeah. It's up. I think the newest episode comes on either tonight or tomorrow, episode 3. So 2 episodes in, it's on Apple TV. I don't pay for Apple TV. That should give you enough answer of where I'm watching it. Not there, but it is a very, very good show so far. I like the premise of it. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's a turn. It turns the genre of world-ending conflicts a bit on its head, right? So essentially, how do I put this in a way not to spoil anything? Essentially, the main character who played in Better Call Saul, by the way, the lead actress, she has to, well, she's in a setting because of a catastrophic situation that happens, and she has to combat, this new world order, so to speak. I don't want to give much more away than that. Let's just put it like that. She has to combat this new world order, and combat sounds much more mean than it really is in the show, and you'll get that once you watch it. She's not like fighting, but she's in a very unique situation where it's just very rare. How do I put this? She's in a very rare situation where unique to her and a few others. And yeah, that said, check out Pluribus. It is really dope so far. I cannot wait to see where it goes. I think it's been renewed for season 2 already, by the way. And to my man, yeah, he said he saw Vince do a talk during the height of Breaking Bad popularity. Nice. Oh, I want to give a shout out to the other people that joined in, by the way. Aside from Zach, we saw my brother Soil Tech jump in. What's up, Soil Tech, brother? I'm not sure if you're still there. And Gray was talking about the colors are not muted in the Outer Worlds too. I need glasses. I wear glasses. I just don't tell people. I don't walk around with them though. I only use them when I'm like here doing this, for instance, when I have to see everything, or playing games so I can see all of it. So you don't
wear them to work? You don't got to see at work?
I take them to work too. That's what I mean. Like if anything like that's really requires it, I'll wear them. But just walking around, I'm in the mean streets of Chicago, can't walk around with glasses. You get beat up.
No, they'll give you a wedgie.
Give me a wedgie, right?
Put your head in the toilet.
Right, exactly. My man T-Gan, I forgot what your whole abbreviated name stands for. I remember it was the gaming something. I forgot. He says they played the favorite episode, which is one of. Oh yeah, that episode was crazy. I think still though, for me, Ozymandias might still be my favorite episode of Breaking Bad. Like everything that happened in that was like, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa! Like the entire episode had me like nervous. Like that's how well that episode was done. Like, oh no, what's gonna happen now? No, not this. Oh no. Oh, they did it. I can't believe it. What happens now? Like the entire episode had me like blown away. Breaking Bad is to me by the way, I've never said it to you all, it is the greatest TV show of all time. It is from beginning to end, although it starts off kind of slowish, beginning to end, it is well done. And like, honestly, I don't want to say perfect.
Top 10.
It's in your top 10. It is number 1 for me.
I like Better Call Saul more.
I haven't watched all of that, to be fair.
Yeah, I do like Better Call Saul more. My favorite would be Mr. Robot with Rami Malek.
I liked Mr. Robot.
Lucifer.
I liked Mr. Robot, but it didn't. That didn't do it for me overall. I liked it. It's not bad. I just wouldn't put it in the top 10 of shows I've seen.
Sure.
But also Lucifer, I wouldn't. That also. But we got different tastes on it.
I love Lucifer.
A lot of people do love it though. But what would you compare that to if you saw that versus what's the name of that show with Dean and his brother?
Supernatural.
I don't care for Supernatural.
Supernatural, yeah.
I like Lucifer because of the actual characters in it, not because of the story I actually do like the story that's being told, but like I don't. The CW shows all feel the same to me. Whether it's Supernatural or whether it's one of the
vampire shows,
DC games, or whether DC shows or whatever. I have friends who love Supernatural, so like I get it. I've just never been able to get into it.
What's up, Inferno?
Disagree, but I will stand up for Smallville. That show Claps.
Okay.
Somebody
That's a good
save me. Sing it, Danny.
You already did. FromSoft.
There we go. Now I loved Smallville back in the day when it was on. I mean, I will admit, like, yeah, if you look at it now, it's going to be a lot of cheese in there, right? It's going to be cheesy, but at the time, that's the thing. Like, some shows are a victim of time, like where what used to be acceptable as far as lexicon and things we're used to hearing may sound dated when you hear it later. So
I also
yeah.
really love The Sopranos and The Wire.
All Sopranos and The Wire, top tier for sure.
Yeah, like
For sure. Yeah.
to the point where like some of the quotes from those shows have made it into my like regular vernacular.
You over there walking around talking about, hey, come and get some gabagool. Is that what you're talking? I see you.
I will. I use money look like money. Money be green.
Money look like money. No, yeah, Sopranos, excellent. And that's the thing. HBO was just, man, HBO.
Yeah. HBO was goated back in the day.
Yeah, I still think they're goated now, but that overall.
That's not at the same level. They make great stuff, but like they're not putting out what they were in that prime era of like the early 2000s, 2010s. Like,
yeah, man. No, I mean, listen, you had so many great shows given through HBO, honestly, but. Fuzzy, Smallville hasn't aged well. That's why I say, like, if you go back and look at it now, like, Danny's like, hey, now,
let's all take a step. Let's all calm down.
But, yeah, I just think it's just a matter of the dating. Like, we progress in how we talk, right? So some of the shows
you
go
think it's
back.
Cool that in that show, a high school girl is being flirted with by a Fortune 500 CEO with a bald head. You don't think that's okay? You think that's weird?
That's perfectly normal in today's society.
I mean, shit,
Oddly enough, it's perfect for today's society.
Evidently, it's fine.
Yeah, right. Oh, what a world we live in. Satnam said that he says being dated can make watching older stuff more enjoyable. Yeah, I agree. Like, I agree that if you watch some of the older stuff, it being so out of date to today's current way we look at things and see things or talk about things can be enjoyable too. And see, he said, who ate all the gabagool? But yeah, now Sopranos is funny because I always
some pulp.
You know what's interesting though about Gandolfini and for other actors who are just are great actors is when they speak on a show, you think that's how they talk. No, he didn't sound like that normally. But on the show, he's like, hey, he breathes, he's breathing, he's, you do this and he talks. You got the super authentic sounding Italian voice and accent, but he doesn't talk like that when he didn't talk like that. May he rest in peace.
It's crazy when you listen to like the pilot episode of the show.
Yeah,
it's more what Gandolfini actually sounds like in real life, and then it's really jarring like 3 episodes later when he is talking like in like not a thick Italian accent, but like that Italian American
thick Italian New Jerseyan accent. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it is funny. I guess they told him to really play into it more. Maybe I wonder if that was the direction they went. That said, that ending also was very controversial in Sopranos. It's one of the most. It's still to this day is like seen as like one of the craziest endings. I thought it was solid, just because they had foreshadowed that, I think a season before, saying like what happens when this just goes fade to black, and that plays into that, and it gives it this ambiguous ending. Like, what happened? Did he or did he? I'm fine with that. What I wasn't fine with was one of the shows I thought was my greatest of all time, which was Game of Thrones, and how they.
Oh, that sucked.
Oh, God. Yeah. How do you mess that up like that? I don't understand.
They ran out of source material.
You know what, though? It wasn't even just that. Source material hurt them, but the lack of care after they thought they were leaving to go to greener pastures with Star Wars is what did them in. And then that didn't even happen. That's it, by the way. The game adaptation newscast. That's right. Thanks, brother. But yeah, I still feel like when I think about it, I get upset thinking about what they did with Game of Thrones. It was so damn great before that, and then season 7 is like, okay, yeah, you're messing up, and then season 8 was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Anyway, that said, I've been playing. Like I said, I'll get through this quick so we can get through the news roundup. I had been playing, obviously, the game on screen, which is the Starfire Eternal Cycle, which is nothing of my time, and the Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2, the more you play it, I will say, the more addictive it is to me. Obsidian just has this kind of magic when you get into their games. It kind of really draws you in. And the game is pretty well done in that regard. It has a semi-open world in the same vein of Avowed, which is to say it's a lot of world to cover, to be fair. But it's a semi-open kind of aspect. There's no loading in between roaming around the world itself until you go into certain areas, like if you transition to your ship or essentially a dungeon of a place, of a new building you're going into, then it will do loading screen. But other than that, it's really well done, man. I enjoy the gunplay. I enjoy most of the characters in it. And I was speaking of the color palette, Gray. I was saying that even with Avowed, for both of them, they both have this kind of general muted color palette, if you will. It's not to say they're...
Wasn't everyone saying that Avowed was too colorful?
Didn't have that with Avowed at all. I'm wondering if you need to calibrate your display.
I know, like, what I mean by that is like...
I specifically saw...
that was my favorite part of Avowed.
I saw people saying that too.
Who was it that was saying that? Was that...
They were saying it was too colorful?
Yeah, who was it?
It was a few people saying it. I forgot. I know what my brother Jedi Knight Peter said at one time. He thought it was too colorful. That was one of his complaints. But what I mean by that is there is color, right? There is clearly color, and there are moments where, like, even the particles and such are colorful and all that. I'm talking about the general, maybe the tint of the world has a more muted tone to it. If you compare that to, like you were saying, Crusader, like a Horizon. Horizon looks more vibrant. Maybe vibrant is the word I'm looking for. Not so much as that. Maybe vibrancy.
I can feel that with certain zones in Avowed, but not all of them.
Yeah.
Definitely, there's a couple, like the dwarf, like the zone with the, like, castle.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the lava. That one, I can see it. I can see what you're saying there.
Yeah. And I guess, to be fair, there are certain, like, for instance, even with Outer Worlds, there are planets that, you know, because of the atmosphere, it looks muted because of the, like, you know, the methane gases in the world. Like, so it could be something like that I'm speaking to. But I think it's the vibrancy is what I'm speaking to. And as an example, look at the game on the screen for those who are seeing it, right? Look at the vibrancy in that and how the colors pop for the effects going on. That's what I mean. Like, it tends to not to reach that in a general sense for games from Obsidian, for what I've noticed. It just has this kind of more muted vibrancy, if you will. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Maybe I need to better word how I'm seeing it compare. And I think what I'll do is I'll post some images of what I feel are very vibrant and colorful comparatively, so people can kind of get what I mean by that. But yeah, that's not to say it doesn't have color, or that some of the vistas you go to or areas you go to aren't colorful or vibrant. But I just feel like the general sense of it has a kind of muted tone to it. And it probably that's there intentionally because of it being in this steampunk-esque NASA kind of thing they're going for. So I wonder. Anyway, all that said, let's move forward to... Oh, let me read this, by the way. I asked, if you all haven't seen a poll, I asked, did you like the PlayStation's State of Play Japan event? 71% said no. 29% said yes. So if you all haven't voted, feel free to vote still, and I'll end it in a few. Yeah, Grounded, for instance, I think is pretty vibrant looking, Fuzzy. That's a great example, actually. Grounded, to me, looks colorful. It looks vibrant, even. Avowed has moments in areas where it looks vibrant. I think overall, though, it has more of a muted tone. But again, I think it's the atmosphere that does it. But Grounded definitely does have what I'm talking about. More colorfulness that I would appreciate from more of the games if they put it in there. Gray says, not my display. I need to calibrate my eyes.
Were you wearing your glasses at the time?
Yeah, I was wearing them.
Okay, all right, just double checking.
Yeah. Anywho, let's move to the news roundup. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I don't like that Crusader doesn't do it with us.
Yes, Crusader. Let's do this over. Crusader, get ready. You ready? Okay, let's move to the news roundup. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There we go.
Okay, so the first thing I have is actually the last thing that was added to our little doc here, which is that evidently, my fantasy team is going crazy right now. That's not the news, although it could be. We have just gotten news that they have canceled the new IP that Sony Santa Monica had been working on.
Wait, that just happened?
Mm-hmm.
That happened. It was posted into our chat 13 hours ago. So not just, but it's the most recent thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually see that today.
Yeah, so you want to go into detail for it, Danny, or?
It was revealed by Shuhei Yoshida, who doesn't even work there anymore. So, but
it was revenge.
Oh no! So I think that was saying that he had canceled one. Like, he had canceled one when he was in charge of studios forever and a half ago. I don't think I don't think he was saying that the one that they're working on right now was canceled.
So the way he was worded is kind of hard to say, but it says he had revealed that 2 PlayStation projects were canceled after costing $25 million each. One of them was a new IP from the developer of God of War. So one of them was pretty new. It looks like.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
and
let me look.
They do name Cory Balrog in this one I'm reading. So it might have been before, but I do not know, truthfully.
Yeah, so Shuhei Yoshida had once, in the interview, he was saying that he had once canceled a Sony Santa Monica IP when he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was in the interview. He was recalling times that he had canceled PlayStation products.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the story that as soon as you said his name, it's like okay. Yeah, so he was talking about ones that he had canceled while he was in charge of stuff.
It's kind of crazy though when you think about that.
Yeah.
Insider Gaming has posted a very misleading article.
Yeah.
Not a.
It's kind of crazy though when you think about it. Like $25 million investments, and he says many games, mind you, that were canceled like this. So imagine how many games were like that. The price of all that adding up for that much of investment. That's crazy.
I do wonder when we will hear about that one that Cory Balrog is supposedly still working on, although who knows at this point. Mm-hmm. It's like a sci-fi thing, is the rumor.
I don't know.
Right?
He broke down into it more by saying he spoke about another game of the same size that was canceled. He says the cancellation occurred when Yoshida was put in charge of Worldwide Studios, where he was overseeing all the games in development. There were many great projects from European studios like London Studios, iToy, and eventually PSVR, and Media Molecule, and Guerrilla Games. However, there was one big project that didn't have the core game, similar to Santa Monica's canceled new IP, he added, that were the 2 large cancellations. But these days, $25 million cancellations is nothing special. Look how he says that. You know, they're just used to just dealing with big money, that's just coming out of his mouth that easy. That's a lot to invest and waste. Sheesh. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. I do like that Shuhei is continuing the spurned PlayStation exec trend of getting fired and then just talking mad shit about talking so much shit about PlayStation, but just also making sure to always talk more shit about Xbox.
Yeah, I've noticed it.
He's like, I can't say that the other people are doing good, but I have to say that my people were doing bad because they fired me.
Yeah. It's funny, too, because the way that he's going about it, like I saw him posting him enjoying the Xbox ROG Ally and stuff like that. And he's like, I can play my PlayStation games on here. And people were like, no, what are you doing? That was pretty funny. People were getting upset with him posting him enjoying the Xbox ROG Ally. I thought that was funny. But yeah, he has been doing exactly what you said, which is like enjoying this post PlayStation period in his life where he's just enjoying things. It's funny.
Enjoying being a dickhead.
Yeah, right.
Well, oops, I was misled by a bad article title.
So Insider Game has been really bad about that ladies.
Ladies.
Like
Why?
don't feel bad. They have been writing their headlines in the most genuine clickbait way, and it gets a lot to make me upset about clickbait article titles because, like, listen, you gotta get a reason for people to click in to actually make your business profitable. Fine, you gotta have something, but like theirs
Sure.
are borderline absolutely misleading, not like vague enough that you need to click in to understand. Like, genuinely, they seem like they're misleading people, and obviously, like, prime example of it right now. It's been bad lately.
Yeah. Well, oops. Did you want to talk about your cool Red Dead thing you brought up?
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So Red Dead Redemption, getting Xbox Series X, PS5, Switch 2, Android and iOS version. December 2nd, I believe. 8th, 2nd. I don't totally remember the date.
It's a couple days off. Either way.
But what's really fascinating about this is that they are crediting anyone who has a digital copy of the Xbox 360 version of the game with a Xbox Series X version. It's the first time a third party has ever gone that far back to recognize a digital purchase that people have made on a platform that's not their own. Like Xbox and PlayStation, they'll recognize your Xbox 360 or PS3 purchases on PS4 or 5 or Xbox Series. PlayStation does it with like PS1, PS2, PSP games that get put into Classics program, and Xbox does it, of course, with all of the Xbox 360 games that become BC that were digital. But like Rockstar is actually giving people who have a 360 copy of the game digital code. Like, that's huge. And like, I think my comment to my friends was, it's unfortunate that I have to give Rockstar credit here because, like, I don't much care for Rockstar.
You don't care for him, huh? By the way, it's December 4th. This I just looked to see, but that is interesting. I wonder though, how will that work? Because they bring it to Netflix. How does that work exactly for them? Is it going to be treated like a mobile situation?
So yeah, you can play it through the Netflix app. Allows you to play some games. There's a bunch of GTA games you can already play through the Netflix app. This is not the first one.
You know what? That's right. There are, aren't there? I forgot
They're
about
just
that.
included with the subscription, and you can like launch them and play them through. I don't know how it works. I've never bothered to do it because why would I bother?
Right.
I have a
It is
PC,
maybe
I
a
have
little
a
weird that
console.
they're doing it now though, because didn't Netflix like basically stop doing the games thing recently?
They did, right?
They aren't
Yeah.
making their own.
Yeah.
They're almost exclusively relying on people like Rockstar. It's also going to be in PS Plus. But yeah, if you are like me and you like the first Red Dead Redemption game a lot, this is really exciting because I haven't replayed it in a long time, and I'm going to with this.
I love Red Dead. I do believe Part 2 is better, but I do,
for
yeah.
sure.
But I did love
I
it.
will probably. Listen. I assume at some point they're gonna release a 60 FPS patch for Red Dead 2. At
Nice.
some point, we're running out of other things for them to do. Right? They keep doing like
Well-
they ported Red Dead 1 and now they're updating Red Dead 1. Red Dead 2 has to be coming at some point, right?
Yeah.
They could put out GTA 6, if they wanted to, just like
I
you know,
swear. All right.
just like eventually,
Yeah.
But,
hypothetically.
I will try that. I will try Red Dead 2 again if it gets an enhanced version. I don't want to rebuy it on PC. But if I can, upgrade for at least cheap the version that I have, I will try it again and try to get past the uncanny valley of realism that I didn't like in it. I love the first one though, so I'm gonna replay that for sure.
That's
I
a
was
good boy.
ecstatic with this news today because it's like that weird combination of like, oh, this is a really cool weird BC thing.
That's a good boy.
That's a good boy.
That's a good boy.
You, sir, are a fish. I have seen that a lot from that game.
But yeah, that's coming December 4th for those who
Yeah.
may be interested. Some of the games, by the way, the gameplay you guys are seeing on the screen now, this is from the PlayStation State of Play, Japan event. Two of these look kind of. I'm not into these horror type of games like this. Like these, my cowardly ass could not sit there and be playing this. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'll be paranoid if I play something like this, especially like in the nighttime here in Chicago. I'm like, nope. So they showed a few games here that may pique you guys' interest. I'm not sure. There were 26 games shown during this. The ones they just showed was Broken Lore Unfollow and Broken Lore Ascend. This right here is Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake, which I know has.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I know it's a story franchise, the Fatal Frame game. So, though people may be looking forward to that. Not really my bag, like I say. I just don't have time to be sitting here terrified. But, hey. You guys look into that. But what else did we have for the news, Danny?
So just a handful of other things. One of the more interesting ones that may be nothing is that according to Sony CFO Lin Tao, the PS5 is only in the middle of its life cycle. Now, I do think likely she's exaggerating. I don't think that implies that there's another 5 years before PS6. But between this and a couple other little rumors that have been floating around for the last year or so, it does seem like the PS6 will be later than the next Xbox.
I think it definitely means. I think one thing you could take 100% away from this is that games are going to release on the PS5 for a very long time, regardless of when the PS6 comes out.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that the cross-gen period. If you thought the PS4 to PS5 cross-gen period was big, you ain't seen nothing yet with PS5 to PS6, no matter when the PS6 comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think this does probably also mean that it will be launching later.
At least 2027, if not 2028.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2028.
2029.
Yeah, I've been hearing 28 from a couple of different places recently.
Yeah.
And as I guess the other half of this story, if you want to take it that way, is we also heard in another rumor that Microsoft had just purchased their chips for the next gen Xbox, about 50 million of them, evidently. So they're moving, you would assume, pretty quickly into production here. And the CFO at Sony's like, we ain't done yet. I didn't hear no bell. So
it is interesting.
Very different conversations coming from the two camps here.
It's interesting for that because it would seem that could be something that Microsoft could use for their advantage. I don't think
for sure.
I don't think they look into it the way they used to, though, right? Like, which is unfortunate because the competition wise, they're like,
yeah, I don't think they really care too much about beating Sony. I don't think that they, in terms of console sales, I don't think they give a shit about that because I don't think they ever will. Like, we're looking at a situation where this generation, they're at like roughly half of what PlayStation has sold. And I think that's probably going to be true next generation too, more or less. So I don't think they really care too much about that. But I will say if GTA 6 comes out and a next gen Xbox is like either has just come out or is right about to come out, depending on how much more that game gets delayed, it is going to sell a lot of Xboxes if that is the newest console that can be played on. Because if that thing's not coming to PC, I guarantee whoever had the most recent thing, that one's going to start selling.
Well, like, especially if the next Xbox is a like pseudo PC and you can play your PC games on that thing.
Yeah.
Like
which obviously we got a lot to talk about that later, but
yeah, that's a big like double whammy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, and again, I still don't think that they would like sell more units than PlayStation. I don't think that they really care too much about that as long as they're making money, which evidently they are.
Yeah.
But it would do real good for them. It like, because the original rumors was new Xbox 2026, and then I think that got pushed back like 2027.
2027, yeah.
If I'm Microsoft and I'm seeing like, oh, they keep delaying this bitch, like I might be like, what can we do to get this out early?
Yeah.
What can we do to get hardware out?
And pushing hardware out early is hard.
Oh, it's real hard. It's real hard, but I guarantee they're looking at it.
Yeah. You have to be at this point, right? Especially with the new news, of course, with the Steam machine. But just to add to that, the only time we can think back with Microsoft where they had this advantage and you would say they won that gen would be the 360 era, and they happened to release first a year
And they had
before.
that too.
So I wonder, if they're looking at, they're like, this is an opportunity. I just wonder, because it feels like they don't have the same mindset they used to when it comes to that. So I don't know if they would care.
That's true. And this is a really hot take, and people will be mad at me for having said it. So, hey, leave your comments. The engagement's real good. I would actually argue that I think Xbox is winning this generation as well. I know that I know that like public sentiment is against that. But if you look at how much Xbox has grown financially as compared to PlayStation is stagnant. And Xbox, they're not selling as many consoles, but their Game Pass push is doing crazy. They're like the number one publisher of games right now. Like they're going hard in the paint. Like I know people want to focus in on like, oh yeah, but how many Xboxes are sold? Right. And I feel like the conversation is so much more than that now, where it really is like, even though people talk constant shit about Xbox, they really are the ones leading this industry really around.
You're not wrong with that part.
And the industry follows. Like they start doing cross-buy, what's PlayStation doing? They start publishing on other consoles, what's PlayStation doing? You know what I mean?
That like, to be fair, that's kind of been a way that Sony, in my opinion, has always kind of operated. They kind of see where the wind's blow when it comes to that, and they'll see, in their wisdom, how did that fumble for the other people? Then they like, okay, let's do that too.
And they have to do that because Microsoft can take a ton of risks because they got Microsoft money. True. And Sony, like PlayStation is really the only part of their company that consistently like succeeds. Like, or PlayStation, did I say that right? PlayStation is the only part of Sony that like consistently succeeds. Yeah. Everything else is really hit and miss. It's sort of like the opposite. Yeah, it's like the opposite of a butterface. It's like most of it's bad, but that PlayStation, like, he's pretty good.
That boy's good.
So it's like she got a pretty face, but it's. Are you familiar in the North? Are you familiar with the term torta?
Yes, torta. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Sony is.
I'm not, but I trust you that it's relevant.
I've heard the insult thrown at people. Like, shut up, you torta. I was like, you know what?
Look, but I'm just saying they still got pretty faces.
Yeah.
280, she ain't my lady. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, to your point though, this game, by the way, caught my eye, Wandering Sword. But I'm actually getting this on Steam. I've had it wish listed for a while. This is more or less the Chinese version of the Japanese game, Octopath Traveler. Look at it. It's literally just Octopath Traveler, Chinese edition. That's what this is. Although this part is unique right here.
Who made that Live Alive game? Is that China?
Yeah, I believe that is. I think that's also people that made Octopath. I believe you might be right. Yeah,
never mind. Yeah.
I think that might be the same team actually. Live Alive, Live Alive, whatever they call it. But I've seen it before. I think you might be right. This looks pretty good though. I love pixel art games like this that are decent, RPGs and such. I was gonna say though, but Danny, I think you're right in a lot of ways, right? Like when it comes to Microsoft continuously to grow in that regard, as far as like the MAUs, as far as the increasing their, I don't want to say profits, but revenue in the gaming division.
They're not moving consoles the same way the PlayStation is. But Satya Nadella's coming out like a year ago, 2 years ago, I don't remember how long ago at this point, and saying like, we've got 500 million active users across all platforms. And at that point, I don't even think they were counting PlayStation. So like, that's insane.
It is, yeah. And then now they also have they also have the new announcement with the xCloud going to India soon. And
it just opened.
Yeah,
it's available right now.
Oh, it's also it's available now. So our Indian brothers over there, they are like one of the biggest markets for cloud gaming. So
that was going to be my question. I didn't know what the internet infrastructure was like in South Asia.
Yeah,
it's very, very cloud gaming and mobile gaming is very, very popular.
Good. Yeah, well, so this could pay off well for them
to move into.
Absolutely, could pay off well for them. This, by the way, is the Extreme Tokyo Racer right here, classic from the PlayStation series. Looks pretty good. Looks very Fast and Furious-y. I may actually get that just for old time's sake. Yeah, man. What else did we have though in the news?
Well, if we're looking to get out here pretty fast, I think this ought to be the last one. But the last sort of bigger one I have here is good old boy Jeff Keighley has signed a deal to broadcast the Game Awards on Amazon Prime, baby. Oh my God!
Well, would you look at that?
If there was anybody in the industry who would get in bed with Bezos, it's Jeff Keighley.
Oh yeah, with a smile, half terrible smile on his face. Absolutely.
That dude, he might like video games, but he love money.
Oh yeah,
Truly.
oh yeah.
Like I don't doubt that he loves video games, but he uses that love of video games to accelerate his love of money.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
So that said, with that, we also there were two other bits of news as though with PlayStation that I found interesting.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That was obviously, and I'll let you read it if you want to read them. The Horizon.
No, go for it.
They had the Horizon Steel Frontiers MMO announced, and as well as the Ratchet and Clank mobile game, Ranger Rumble.
I cry.
Yeah.
I was so fucking mad, yo.
It's a real. It's crazy how like they follow Xbox in like with their successes and their failures.
And the failures.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because they're like, we got a new Gears of War. It's pop.
Yeah, right.
You're like, oh.
So
I screamed at work when I saw there was a new Ratchet and Clank game, and then I cried. I didn't literally cry, but then I was like, "What the fuck?" When I read it was mobile. Like, what do you mean?
That's not what I came here for, dude.
He said he didn't cry. You cry. We know it. It's okay, Crusader. You can.
I was so angry.
Yeah. I've seen the reaction from PlayStation Faithful. Like they were like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, I mean,
Also,
nobody wants the next installment from their favorite franchise to be a damn phone game. Like,
right?
No.
Exactly.
Like, if you're going to announce a phone game, you can't. I can't believe the industry hasn't learned from Diablo Immortal yet.
Right.
Like, I genuinely can't fathom it.
Y'all got phones.
If you're going to announce a mobile spinoff, you either A, have to have that spinoff be available on the platforms, or B, you announce a mainline game at the same time.
Preferably first.
Yeah, right. Or that's not all. Or you immediately segue into it to like be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, you do it the Fallout 4 way, where you're like, hey, we got Fallout 4, and while you wait for that, here's Shelter.
Yeah.
Like exactly.
Yeah.
But like Insomniac has become a Marvel mill.
Which I'm not thrilled about.
I'm also not thrilled about it because I really, really love the Ratchet and Clank games. I have a signed still from James Arnold Taylor of Ratchet and Clank that I framed that my friend got me at a con. Like I love Ratchet and Clank. It's the reason I bought a PS5.
I love Ratchet and Clank as well.
I am genuine when I am saying that this was the worst news.
Yeah. I love the Ratchet and Clank series. I don't think it's the greatest for me. Like I look at Naughty Dog and I lament, as they would say, over not possibly ever getting more of the Jack and Daxter series. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Same
I'm a
with
Sly
like
Cooper
Sly.
guy.
Yeah, Sly.
I love Sly too. Yeah.
But like, I also can't fathom why they're not putting the Horizon. Actually, I kind of understand why they're not putting the Horizon Dawn thing on PS5, but it's not the reason that anyone thinks.
No,
the Horizon
I actually didn't
Zero
know
Dawn
that.
MMO is not going to.
So that's what I was going to lead to. That a lot of fans were upset
crazy.
about. Yeah, that
it is. It's like Monster Hunter the MMO, and they're not putting it on PS5. But that's because this isn't the only Horizon multiplayer project in development. Gorillas is still in development.
Oh yeah,
but I still think
Which is what the big why they don't want two on the same platform, but it's dumb as shit.
I think
They
that
should-
it doesn't add up to me. I still
they're
would
not
do
the
it.
same game.
Right.
But like there shouldn't be two.
Yeah,
in the first place.
Exactly. If that's the problem, don't make two. Like save the money and have a team do something else.
Like have NCSoft to make a different MMO.
So that I thought it was interesting. This game, by the way, Nevergrave, looks pretty interesting, by the way. But so with the Steel Frontiers here and the little cutscenes, the CGI announcement they showed and everything, it looks interesting. I'm interested to see more. I will say I was wondering to myself, I wonder how these grifting clowns are feeling right now when they have like this the textbook sexier looking female protagonist fighting in the cutscene, or excuse me, the CGI. I wonder if they're like, yeah, this is what we want. She's jumping around, swinging her sword. So this is interesting though. Excuse me. It's in collaboration with Guerrilla Games with NCSoft, by the way. Designed specifically for mobile. Share the frontier with thousands of other players and undertake large-scale raids, battle the series signature mechanical beasts, or compete with other rival tribes for resources. Players assume the role of machine hunters. Chasing opportunity. Advanced combat system takes place in a region called the Deathlands, inspired by Arizona and New Mexico. That's a terrible announcement area. Like, New Mexico and Arizona, the Deathlands. Features custom character creator, and new mechanics for fighting the machines, like picking up dropped weapons from beasts and carrying them on a mount for use in later fights. Doesn't that sound oddly like Monster Hunter?
Sounds a lot like specifically the new one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Monster Hunter in the Horizon world, essentially. And
at least they know.
They know it. That's exactly what it is. I just find it interesting that interesting in the sense that it was stupid not to put this anywhere but mobile. It's not even going to Steam or PC.
It's technically on PC. You can play any mobile game on PC.
Okay, to be fair, yeah.
So assume like PC players are going to have access to it.
That's fair. That's fair.
And they'll be able to play it multiplayer too.
But it's not. It's not like on a Steam release, right? Like you can get it, but you won't be able to play it through that, for instance.
I don't understand why you would make this type of game like for phones.
I don't get it either.
You'll be able to play it at release on PC.
Well, yeah, but like you're saying you can play it on PC because you can play mobile games on phone. So it's a mobile game. It's a mobile game, yeah. It's just like Destiny Rising. It's this same situation. The best Destiny product in a long time. Genuinely, though. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Enjoying it more than real Destiny right now.
Oh,
that's unfortunate. That's
really unfortunate and hurtful.
I apologize. I apologize for your scars.
It's okay. We'll make it one day.
So, the one I will say, just off topic, this looks interesting. I have the actual PC release for this, but this looks a bit different from what it was when I had it. This is what's the name of this? This is Blaze Blue Entropy Effect X. I just have Blaze Blue Entropy Effect, so this is a little different from what I can tell. Might have to look into this. They showed what I hadn't known of, Pac-Man World Repack. Pac-Man World 2, should I say, Repack, which has the Sonic collaboration DLC. That actually looked kind of fun. I'm like, maybe I might get that. So that looks pretty interesting to me as well, between those two. And as I had mentioned before, Tokyo Extreme Racer and that Wandering Sword, as well as that Nevergrave. That looks pretty interesting. Anyway, so those two games right there, Joe, just to get to it, which Ratchet and Clank and the Horizon game, neither are going to PlayStation proper or to Steam or to Epic or whatever it is, even though you'll be able to access it through PC. I just feel like it's a very odd way of going about things. I'm sure Sony may see the reaction from the fan base and change that tune and put it elsewhere, but I just find that a really weird.
Yeah. PlayStation, a famously really responsive company.
Yeah. It was a good old PlayStation listening to their fan base, right? This looks interesting too. This is what Damon and Baby. Very, very Japanese. But that said, it looks kind of fun. That said, Crusader or Danny, did you all have any other thoughts you wanted to throw out there? For anything?
I'm good.
Okay, so we have what is this? 5 more games they're going to show for this. I can fast forward. This actually does look interesting though. Damon and Baby. I might actually keep an eye out for this one. Yeah.
That was sort of my takeaway from the state of play. There was a couple things where I was like, yeah, okay, but there was nothing where I was like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yep. This game here is called Kyoran Machiism. Huron Machiism. It looks kind of interesting.
So far, my favorite thing about the state of play was that it was like state of play Japan, but they used the kanji for Japan. And I've been studying Japanese recently, so I knew that.
Oh,
And
nice.
I was very proud of myself.
Didn't this, by the way, does this not look like an attack off of One Piece? I'll let you figure it out once you see it, Danny. Check this out right here.
Oh my goodness.
What does that look like to you?
I don't know. My thing's got a lag.
I'll let it get you caught up, but it looks very specific to a specific character. I'm sure you will notice it once you see it.
Oh. I don't think I know what I'm looking at. I think I must be past it at this point. Oh, the bear paw?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
For those that don't know, that is from, it looks like pinpoint accurate to Bartholomew. Kuma.
That's my boy Kuma.
Oh, Kuma. Bartholomew.
That's secret main character of One Piece, Kuma.
Yes, that looks like his devil fruit power that he uses. What is it called? The Nikio no Mi.
It's the pawpaw fruit.
The pawpaw fruit. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the Japanese pronunciation of it. The Nikio. Anyway, that looks just like his attack. Just thought that was
really
interesting.
Do.
Yeah.
They really do. Wow, that lady, I was not watching the video. That lady,
It's bouncy.
she going crazy.
Yeah, she's bouncy. I saw that too.
Is that guy making out with his cat? What's going on?
I don't know what's going on in this thing. But yeah, they got the physics right.
Mom, can you pick me up? These guys are making out with their cats.
They got the physics down pat. They got it down pat.
Got something, Pat.
Is that guy making out with his cat?
Bro, that's what's happening. I don't know how to tell you.
This right here is called Fate Trigger. No, this is not. No, I'm sorry. This is what is this one actually? I'm not sure what this is. Okay, wait. Let me see. Let me fast forward a bit. This is more or less their Fortnite.
Yeah, I was gonna say that card looking real Fortnite.
Oh, okay, it was Fate Trigger. That was Fate Trigger right there. On the roster, please give it a try. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that was Fate Trigger right there. This is Octopath Traveler 0, which, by the way, if you have yourself a Switch 2, or it might be on Steam too. I'm not sure if they have a release for that. But it is coming to all platforms. Octopath Traveler 0. Listen, I'm not the biggest turn-based RPG fan, but Octopath Traveler turned my mind around so much. I love part 1 and 2. I am definitely getting this. Super excited for this. Look at the beautiful pixel art of this world. It's just dope. They have a demo out for it, is what I was leading to, by the way.
Gotcha.
So if you all have those platforms, try out the demo. It's like a 4-hour demo, I believe, and we'll carry over your information to the actual game.
So you were never into like, old Final Fantasy or nothing? You never played like
Never
7910?
No,
that's crazy.
I do now have them. Like I was trying to correct that error by going back and getting them and playing them now. And I also have the emulation for many of them that I can play. But yeah, when I was younger, I didn't care for turn-based RPGs. I always wanted to, like, even more still to now. Like, I still prefer action adventure. But those games turned my mind around where I was like, oh, I missed out. So now I feel kind of salty. Like, I missed out on those Final Fantasy games and other games like that back in the day. But hey, the beautiful thing about having a PC or even Xbox is being able to go back and
that's one of the franchises they've been pretty good about moving forward. There's a couple that are like missing, but they're usually the like weird spin-off ones.
11, weird spin-offs, and like I think 11 is the one that's kind of 11's the MMO, the older MMO, right?
Yeah, you can still play it.
Yeah.
You have to get like a private server and some shit.
Because I know the Xbox Series X is technically the best place currently to play the Final Fantasy franchise, or it will be when Rebirth and Remake are put on it, because it has the best versions of 13. Because the PC versions of 13 are really bad.
Right. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. The last two games they showed here were, they got the X Mansion there. This is Marvel Tokun. Marvel Tokun. I don't know, understand that name. I wonder what it means in Japanese. Jokun.
I haven't gotten to that chapter in Duolingo yet. But
yeah. Like, Fighting Souls beta. So they have a beta coming out for this that you all might, if anyone is interested. I see my boy Spider-Man up in here. Doom. You know, you got to have him with the dive. Whoa. Kamala getting beat up over there like she voted for Donnie. Doom doesn't like.
Oh my god. No, she's from Jersey.
She's from Jersey, but he's like, I see what you want, Kamala Khan.
No.
Yeah, he's like, you one of those Muslims, eh? I see you, Doom.
Dear God.
I see you, Doom, being bigoted, beaten up in a corner like that.
Liberia, actually Nazi Germany.
I wonder how he would view that now that I think about it. Anyway, shout out to my brother Nerds and Other Legends. I see he said late to the party. Hello, gentlemen. What's up, brother? And Final Fuzzy, I actually have that on emulation as well. Final Fantasy Tactics. I actually have that, but I'm going to buy the actual game eventually as well. He says Nerd says it feels like a lot of the animations are inspired by 90s. For a fact, from 90s Capcom Marvel games. 100%. Even that Marvel Cosmic game, which I will be getting, by the way, made by, was it Dotemu? I think it's Dotemu. That has a lot of inspiration from the 90 Marvel Capcom games, which I love. Even the way the Spider-Man stands with the fingers pointed down as if he's going to shoot the webs, all of that is in there. Where he has his back hunched over. Wolverine, the way he hunches and has the claws pointed out, purely from the Capcom games. But that said, yes. So they had this, and the last one was Elden Ring, Night Ring, Forsaken Hollows DLC, which I'll just fast forward to. And there it is. Excuse me.
I like that there's DLC for the DLC now. That's great.
Right. I still have yet to play Night Rain, but the more I see of it, the more it looks really good. I'm like, man, maybe I need to. I don't know.
It is good. It's a very different thing than the base game because it is multiplayer.
Yeah.
But as long as you're cool with that, then you're probably fine.
Yeah, I don't mind a little change to things. I like the more from what I've seen, the more freedom in being able to move, movement freedom, I suppose, compared to the standard game. It seems that you have more free flowing kind of movement, which I appreciate. But I have to give From Software so much credit on their general art direction when it comes to the enemies and armor, and it just looks like Berserk brought to life. It just is insane to see how well they I knew that the creator or at least the producer, I know that he loves Berserk, but it's crazy to see it in everything they do. You can see the clear inspiration from Berserk.
Yeah.
It is
and that's been the case
dope.
since at least Dark Souls, probably Demon Souls.
Yeah. It's just interesting. Fellas, what would you say for the event? What would you rate it if you had to rate it?
B or a D?
Let's
give it a.
Let's say score wise, if you give it a number score.
I'd give it a meh out of
So if you want me to give a score, probably a 75 then.
A 75, okay. So about a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I would give it about a 6. And so the reason why is that some of these games we had already seen. Some of them I have no care for. And some of them are, although I think they'll be good, are not for me. Specifically those, terrifying, scary games. I'm like, nope. But I do want people to enjoy it. Hopefully they do. Oh, I see the symbol now for the state of play that you were talking about, Danny, with the Japanese word. Okay, I see it.
Those are the kanji for ni and han, which is which is how they say Japan.
I thought
Now,
you were
might
still
think-
playing on the whole, huh? The way you said that.
No, it's like HON because it's
I see.
Japan in Japanese is NI. Well, if you spelled it in English letters, NIHON.
Okay. Okay.
So.
I see. Yeah, man. For me, I would say like a 6 out of 10. What would you guys in the chat rate it if you had to rate it? That said, let's move to the final topic of the night. What did I do here? Oops, I'm trying to bring up a video and I was trying to put steam machine and put stamp machine.
Stamp machine.
Got the tramp stamp.
We gotta get some stamps. Gotta ship this thing out of here.
Right. Got the old tramp stamp. Anywho.
Oh hell yeah!
Anywho, let me transition.
You ever think
this
about how
video.
like someday in the not too distant future, like a bunch of grandmas are gonna have tramp stamps?
Oh wow, that is a terrible visual to put in my
You ever
head.
think about that? Don't worry about it. You'll be a grandpa by then, and you'll be into it.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be old and like, yeah, come on over, Shally. Oh no.
Knock the dust off it, baby.
Shit. Oh, damn, that's terrible. Anyway,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, but I meant it. I lied.
so this is the newly announced Steam machine. You know, so one of the questions I had.
Okay, is it whether or not that's a good name? Because it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I think the name is fine, but they previously launched a Steam machine. This is literally just the same name they used.
Oh, I thought it was Steam Box.
Didn't
Is
it-
that not what it was?
I think it was Steam Machine, the previous
You're
one.
probably
Steam
right.
Machine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know these things.
So I was just wondering, like, why they didn't like trying to change that. I guess they say, hey, it's not broke. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You're right.
I
But
mean, shit, I guess.
yeah. So I'm just wondering about that when it comes to this. Now, I'll ask you guys, what do you guys think about the controller? Seeing how it just popped up. Let me pause it on that.
Still ugly. I promise I'm gonna have more positive things to say. Don't like the controller. I think the 2 trackpads crazy.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna
trackpads are
It
if
looks
just,
I tried
awful.
using that thing, I think it's ugly. Yeah, for sure. It's an awkward shape. It looks like if you made the Pro controller for the Switch, but like worse. The trackpads, I feel like I'm going to be hitting them with my hands constantly, and I don't know whether or not that's going to be a problem or not. But it feels like it will be. I don't know. Not a fan. If I ended up with one of these consoles, which I probably won't, would just use a different controller because I think you're allowed to do that.
yeah.
Yeah, you definitely can. It's
Yeah,
it's
so.
just a PC. Use any controller you want.
Yeah.
So
What about-
that thing's getting the fuck out of there?
What about you, Crusader?
I also so here. So what's the exact question? What you just want me to talk about my feelings on it?
Well, we'll get to that in a second. I was just wondering about the controller specifically. What do you feel about
Oh, the
that?
controller looks awful. I understand its purpose. I don't want it, and I understand that there are people who like the. There is like a weird subset of people who like the original Steam controller, which was also awful.
Yeah.
But there are some people who really like it, especially for certain games. I think those people are psychopaths, but that's fine. You know, like I would rather this controller be different and have a different function than just be another kind of the same controller that everyone else makes.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree with that.
Because they are releasing something that is functionally different for a different audience. If you want an Xbox controller, they're not trying to just sell you another Xbox controller. They're trying to sell you something that has a different purpose. You may not want it. You may think it's ugly, and like that's fine.
I just wonder.
I think it's ugly. I don't want it.
You know, I
But,
mean,
like-
it's funny to see the clear inspiration that every controller outside, even PlayStation's to a degree, has taken from Xbox's controller. It, to me, further cements the thought that Xbox has the pinnacle design as far as ergonomics. Like, this is very clearly that. It's the Pro controller in a way, too. I can definitely see that because of the asymmetrical sticks, which I'm not a fan of either, nerds. I agree with you. I prefer offset.
Not my favorite.
But like this, I think if they didn't have the old track pads here, I can see it being more desirable, but it's. I'm just wondering, how would you even properly use that with your thumb and also try to press the buttons up top, the X, Y, V, A? Like, how would that work with you?
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
It's a real like
Conundrum.
The penis on the N64 controller. Like, what do I do with this?
Right. Well, I just saw someone say it, and it does give me that thought. I think it was Nerds. Oh no, wait. Let me see. Yeah, it was Nerds. He said that it kind of reminds him of the Atari Jaguar controller. It does kind of look like the Atari Jaguar controller. Now that you say that, yeah, I can see it. I wonder. I mean, I feel like it probably feels good in the hand. To be fair, because it's more or less an Xbox controller in design. I just don't think playing it with it will feel fine. Seeing where the thumb placement would have to go.
We'll have to see if it's got a better build quality than the last one, because the last one, and this is secondhand. I never held one myself, but I used to be a big fan of the Two Best Friends podcast and like that channel before they started hitting each other and fell out. And they did a quick little review of it, very impersonal, where they just grabbed it and then like held it in their hand. He was like, "Oh, this is bad," and he started like twisting it, and it like creaked. It sounded like it was gonna snap. It was very scary.
Wow. That's
not a good one.
That's funny. You said, what's the name of that podcast? Two Best Friends?
The Two Best Friends. They still exist. Well, two of the three of them are still friends. They have a podcast called Castle Super Beast. They're both dads now. They talk about their kids and fighting games a lot. So if you're interested in that, it's a good podcast.
Oh, okay. They had a bit of a falling out, huh?
Yeah, one of them, I don't remember. It don't matter.
Yeah. That said, let me scroll this down. There we go. Anywho, get that correct. All right. That said, yeah. Hold on 1 second before we go. Actually, I forgot to do something, which I have to apologize. My apologies, Gamsley. Again, Adidas 20. He joined our Fixer tier for membership. If any of you are interested in joining and to help support us, please look into subscribing or being a member as well from Adidas and my brother Soiltech, who are both members now. Thank you both.
No way.
Yeah, thank you both for joining. And I would appreciate if any of you guys would think about joining us for that. Gamsley's Notebook, as he calls himself here on Twitter, for some ungodly reason, he gives a generous Canadian $10 redo. Thank you, brother, for the donation. He says, PC, baby. Keep up the great work, fellas. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Definitely got to have you come through someday. Appreciate ya. And I mean, we're happen to be talking about a PC right now, so what better time to mention it and get it out of the way, right? But yes,
Sure.
I guess I'll get a more robust thought of you guys. So I thought it was interesting the rumors about this dropping had been going around for a while. I thought it was interesting, though, seeing the reactions from the mainstays on Twitter. And I'm sure many in the chat have seen this, too. And it's this revisionist kind of, I don't even want to call it revisionist. It's this more favorable view many have given this versus the Xbox and what we know is coming for it.
Yeah, man.
It's been odd, right?
People fucking oof.
Yeah, I just thought
what we are fairly, I would say what we're fairly certain is coming for it, because we don't know what's coming for it, because Microsoft won't say a fucking thing publicly.
Well,
they just like to make illusions.
They do make illusions.
And it's annoying as hell.
Well, if the thing's not coming out till 2027, I understand them not being like, and here's all the specs or whatever.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
I don't care about the specs. Just outright say that it's gonna don't tease like, oh, we want an open environment. Actually, fucking say the next console's gonna have other storefronts.
I think I think they've been
gotta tickle your balls a little bit.
They kind of did in the most recent one.
They've alluded to it more than to me. They've alluded to it so openly. You may as well look at what Sarah Bond had been saying and Phil. It's obvious. Even Phil had, by the way,
it's
shared
obvious,
this out.
But Microsoft does this weird thing where they don't like to actually talk like human beings.
Well, yeah, they got a very corporate kind of. This I like, by the way. This reminded me, and I'm sure some of my Generation X or whatever Gen X people may understand. Maybe older than that. I don't know.
Huh?
Let me go back further for Danny.
What are we looking at?
This is before the millennials and now what Gen Alpha, whatever we're at. This
You
right
about to
here.
whip out a fucking Stradivarius or something? Like, you got one of those phones with the dial on it?
Yeah. So this right here I liked a lot just seeing it. This is so funny how much this thing looks like a Series X. It's just chopped in half.
Oh my god, yeah, it's 1-to-1.
It's so funny. But this light right here I thought was really cool because I actually was saying that before, which I wish Microsoft had put some kind of LED lighting on the Series X. I thought it would have made more sense. This looks really cool, and it reminds me of Knight Rider Kit, the car, and how it had that. You know what I'm talking about? How it had the red beam in the front. Oh, you know that? Okay, look at you.
Yeah. I've watched Family Guy. They talk about it.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do talk about. They do talk about it on Family Guy. That's true.
Yeah. I've seen that.
But this looks really cool, man. I like the little LED light. Look at that. It looks really cool. I wonder if you can customize it with like different colors if you choose. Like if you can.
It seems like you will be able to. At one point in the video, they show a guy like snapping different face plates off it.
Yeah.
Here it is, right here, literally.
So, yeah. So you'll definitely be able to customize it, which I think is pretty cool. I am not 100% sure that I understand like the purpose of this, like, but it's neat. Like I'm for it. I'm not gonna buy one because like I got what I need, but.
It's a pre-built PC for people who don't want to build their own PC and don't want to go through weird companies like iBuyPower. Like that's what this is. It's Steam selling a pre-built PC direct to the public.
It does, that does.
Presented in console form, huh?
Yeah.
So let me ask. Now again, the reactionaries aside from people who had dismissed Xbox, which, by the way, I think just feeds into the narrative of what we're talking about with the double standards.
I mean,
it people, it's so odd to see it in real time, and then people will gaslight you like, that's not what it is. Clearly, you have a bias. Yeah, clearly you have a bias against Microsoft. You just don't want to admit to it. But
I don't hate Xbox. I just hate things that aren't PlayStation.
Yeah, right. I hate everything that in existence that's not PlayStation. That's all. Like, but
yeah,
I'm not biased.
If I can't get a trophy on it, then I don't want to even see it. Get it out of my. I will send it back to the chef.
Right. But I just found the reactions, and some people were like, "Oh, Xbox is scared now." I was like, "What? Why would they be scared?"
Yeah. Oh, and they talked about this on I think the episode of Boom's podcast that you were also on, but they were doing that same shit for the delay for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
they're like, Xbox is screwed now that got moved, and I was like, they got like 6 or 7 games announced for next year, and they're not all going to come out in November. If there's anyone who's scared or who should be worried about it, and honestly, they probably shouldn't be worried about it, but they should be considering moving that release date. PlayStation probably should be looking at not having Wolverine come out the same week or whatever.
100%. Yeah, that conversation was weird too, and we talked about that on Boom's show. I think I missed that part of the conversation because I had dozed off. Anyway, but so
that's why I gotta keep saying crazy shit about people kissing their cats. The only way to keep you awake.
Yeah, because he keep my attention. I literally, I kid you not, dozed off and like fell off my chair. It was so funny.
Fell off your chair.
I was out of there, Daddy. I'm telling you. Boom went to me. Boom had called me on the phone. I had to wake up like, oops. I was on the ground.
You didn't wake up when you fell?
No, I didn't.
You sleep like crazy.
I was so tired. I was on the ground, and then once I finally got the phone vibrate a little, because I didn't even have the phone set to ring. It was on vibrate, and once I heard it enough, where it was like on the computer desk here, on the mic stand here. That's when I was like, oh wait, what's that? I was like, oh crap. And then I'm on the ground like, how did I get here? Let me get up.
Why am I on the floor?
Right.
Why's the room spinning?
It was hilarious. And I was like, I'm so grateful that no one can see this. Like, imagine me having been on camera and dozed off like that and fell off. Oh, so grateful no one saw that. That said, that was talked about on there too. And shout out to Dirk Riggedy. He even made a video about it. It's so odd where people put this weird negative or anti-Microsoft Xbox thing in their talking points. It's like, okay, here's the Steam machine. Ooh, Xbox, they're doomed. Like, how come just them? Why not Sony?
Yeah, I don't get that. I have this. Well, you go first. You're smarter.
I'll talk about that in mine. No.
Yeah,
no,
you're smarter. You know computer. I'm about to say some dumb shit.
So Steam did kind of just beat Microsoft to the market with kind of what Microsoft wants their next console to be, except the fact that Microsoft's next console will also support previous generations of Xbox games.
Right.
Microsoft's idea is to kind of get in on the pre-built PC market and kind of like make that their console market, and this is Valve beating them to the punch. And this is something that I've said historically happens with Microsoft all the time. They're either half a decade too early to an initiative like TV,
Right.
because TV is kind of a reality of the consoles where like everyone uses Netflix or YouTube and they were right in thinking that that's how people were going to do it, but they were wrong in thinking how fast people were going to adopt it. Windows 8 and the touchscreen's another great, and like everything being, they thought everyone was going to be using every device with a touchscreen, and that they needed to design Windows to be all like tiled so that it worked great on like touchscreen devices. And like it's kind of accurate today, not necessarily for PCs, but like phones and everything like that. Like very accurate towards how things moved. In fact, the one of the big things that's a problem with the like ROG Ally is that like the UI would be better if you could touch that screen, and like Windows actually had proper touchscreen like a touchscreen UI to just navigate around some of the stuff. Like a lot of the handhelds like that, like the Switch is actually pretty good with that.
Yeah,
but like
I would agree with that too.
So like
yeah.
There's not so much. I don't think Xbox is quote doomed, but it's really funny to see that like they had an initiative that I actually thought could be a winner with this, with moving to a kind of like a console PC hybrid and just like basically making a pre-built PC that's simplistic enough as a console for people to use.
Yeah.
But they were beaten to the market on it by Valve now, which is hilarious to me because like they're either too early or they're either not the first. They're either the first by a mile and other people learn from their mistakes and just come out with a better product, or a better or like they basically Microsoft's done all the QA for like how something has to run, and then like everyone else catches up, right?
Yeah.
Or they have to play catch up and they don't play catch up well, and so that's where like I'm kind of like, if it wasn't for the fact that this was Linux, I would actually think that Microsoft would need to be nervous.
Yeah,
but it's Linux.
Linux is crazy.
None of the major multiplayer games that the casuals are going to gravitate to are like playable on SteamOS because the anti-cheat is just not there, right? It's very SteamOS is very user friendly. It doesn't have the normal Linux problems, but it does have the that actual problem. And it will always have the Fortnite problem because I don't think there's going to be a day ever where SteamOS can play Fortnite. Right?
And that is due to the anti-cheat, right?
That's fair.
No,
but did they say something?
Fortnite's not on.
I thought they said something in the video where you could like install. Well, Team Sweeney didn't say shit. I thought they said something in the video about like you
install the Windows
from other places.
You can download shit from other places, but I don't know that you're ever going to get the Epic Games Store to actually function on the device.
They did mention that you can install Windows, so like maybe there's work around
you can install Windows, but that kind of like defeats the whole purpose.
You can turn it into an Xbox if you want.
Right.
You can turn it into a Windows PC, and like that's a necessary functionality of a like pre-built PC, right? You need to be able to do whatever the fuck you want to it,
right?
And that's what separates these from traditional consoles, because like let's be honest with ourselves, and this is something that I need a lot of people to talk about. What actually differentiates a console from a PC nowadays?
Literally nothing.
It's like a closed ecosystem. That's it.
It's like UI and operating system. That's it.
It has a nice UI. I mean, the OS of the Xbox Series X is literally a modified Windows 10.
Yeah.
In the back, like if you know how you can do the developer mode and you can like put emulators and stuff on it, and if you put an Xbox in developer mode and stuff, the terminal there is just Windows 10 command.
Right. Which is why
Windows 10 CLI.
Which is why now we know that secretly all Windows PCs were actually Xboxes the whole time.
Right.
The whole time.
But like that
Trojan horse motherfucker.
Right.
Who's oh god, who's doing it? the new Odyssey movie. It's the Batman guy.
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan's Odyssey, baby. That's all it was. Microsoft played you. You a PC guy? You think you on Steam? Psych, bitch. That's an Xbox.
But
Psych.
even the Switch, which is the most different from the rest of the consoles, is literally just like a traditional x86 architecture that has very custom firmware that Nintendo has developed, right? Like it is in essence the same kind of chipset that a regular PC is using, right? Like we don't have weird shit like the cell architecture anymore. Like
yeah, which is good.
They're just PCs with like a closed ecosystem OS put on top, and that's where I'm like, people are like, oh, we're gonna count this as a console, and I'm like,
well, that's the thing.
You probably also should count like every laptop and every.
No, but that goes to my point that I was making. That goes a bit to the point I was talking about right there, Crusader. Yeah. Where they're like, yeah, we'll count this as a console. Remember, I'm sure everybody heard this now. When we heard the news of Xbox and it started spreading more, I've been talking about this for about a year or two already because I had heard it from reliable sources behind the scenes. However, when it got like out there and more people were talking about this with the next Xbox, what did we keep hearing? It's a PC. It's a PC. We didn't hear anything about console. And we know it's not that. We know that it's a fusion of the two, but you didn't hear that at all. There was no charity given toward Xbox when it comes to that. But this, it's a console. You see how they switch up?
I think it has to do with the fact that like Steam is literally just getting into a new market that they weren't in before, and Microsoft is trying to transform out of one market and into another, and that there is a differential there, right? Like. Microsoft has to pivot because they aren't doing very well in the console space as a whole. Whereas Valve is just kind of coming in and big dick energy and be like, we're playing in this game now. Yeah, deal with it.
I hear it to that point, but at the same time, right? At the same time, we know that Valve, being the PC, based company themselves with Valve, that we know that this is coming from that place. Also, when you look at the specs, which by the way I didn't get to, let me read the specs really quick. The official specs for this is let me read the whole spiel. It's a console type machine that plays your Steam games over, I don't know why they put that, like we would obviously would have to play Steam games, over 6 times the power of the Steam Deck, 4K 60 frames per second with FSR. They have 2 SKUs they'll have, which is the 512 gigabyte and 2 terabyte options. And it runs the Steam OS, but can install Windows. It has a Zen 4 CPU, RDNA 3 GPU with 28 CUs and 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty low. I thought it would have more than that going for like something like this, considering. And
so it has basically 24 total
because of the 28
CUs. It has the 8 gigs of VRAM. Okay. So it effectively has more than the Series X and PS5.
Yeah.
Well. Because the next gen's right around the corner.
Right. That's the problem is that the next Xbox, I think they said, is going to have like 48. So like.
No, the dev kit has 48.
Okay, got you.
So that would put it between somewhere between 24 and 32.
Got you. And this is coming early 2026. So people who had did the specs run of this, shout out to my brother Slow-Mo, who had put the PC part in this like a PC part picker or something like that. I'm not sure. And he gave it the lowest options. So the same pieces, but like at a cheaper price, whatever manufacturer. And he came to roughly $800 for this. I do not for 1 second believe this will be just $800. But I can see that if they want to try to undercut Microsoft. What's your thoughts on that, Danny? Like, if you could, what do you think they could do to pricing? Would be really the only thing I could think that would
pricing
be the way.
Would be the only way.
Yeah.
Well, because here's the thing: I don't think this is like a bad piece of tech or whatever. I don't think it's gonna sell crazy well. Like, I really don't, because I feel like the market that they're getting into, like everyone's kind of already done their thing. You know what I mean? Like. The people who they're going to be most appealing to are PC people who like maybe want a console also in their living room that has the same shit on it. Mm-hmm. But like, I also feel like most PC people, if they're like big into Steam, they've probably built a rig that's going to be better than this. And they're just going to want to play on theirs. Like I really don't see like for my money, this is going to be one of those like backup systems. This is like, it's not my main thing. I'm playing on it when, I don't know, the kids are over or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, this is my Jackbox machine or something. So if you're selling that for like 800, 900, I don't see that being a great sign. But I also think, like, if you're pricing this out at 800, I think that that's probably about the same price point that the next Xbox is going to be at. I know that they've been saying like, oh, it's going to be a premium thing. Oh, get ready for the money, baby. But like, they've been saying that for the last 2 generations. Is they're like, oh, this is a premium thing. It's a crazy experience, blah, blah, blah. And then the prices have come in competitive with everybody else. So I do think all of the next consoles are going to be really expensive. That's an economic fact at this point. But I don't think it's going to be a situation where like, this is 400 and the Xbox is 800, or this is 800 and the Xbox is 1200. Like, whatever they are,
right.
I do think they're going to be relatively similar.
Yeah.
Not like exactly the same. Maybe they'd be off by like 100, 200.
Yeah.
But not 200. Yeah, like 100, somewhere in there. Like, they'll be pretty close.
Yeah. And
especially like the bigger, like the 5, whatever, the 2 terabyte, whatever, like that one.
And I agree with that. Like, I feel like the pricing won't be but maybe 100. I'm thinking maybe 2 at most, because the next Xbox is said to have
maybe 2. Yeah.
Crazy specs, apparently. That's what we're hearing. Like, that's what I'm hearing, rather. It's like the rumors of it. I don't know how true it is, but the rumors is that the next Xbox is going to have some crazy tech in it. So I also think that
Xbox is also just like, and I don't mean to be rude to Steam. I do like Gaben. Yeah. But like, I feel like they just also have a lot more sway and a lot more like buying power. Mm-hmm. So I do feel like they would be able to build a computer for cheaper. Like, they're going to get more bulk deals. They're going to get, like, they have that relationship with NVIDIA or AMD, whoever they're buying stuff with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they've got all these partnerships in the back. So I could see them being able to come in at not a lower price, like, compared to the Steam machine, but like buy the parts for cheaper, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think they'll be that far off. And I do think this will do fine. I don't think it's going to like bomb or anything, but I don't think that, I think this time, like a year after it, because it's supposed to come out, what, this time next year, right?
Yeah, next year.
Is that what we're talking about?
It says early, I think it said. Let me be sure to read that. Early 2026. So maybe. Okay,
if it's coming out early 2026, I think by this time next year, we're not really talking about it. Like, as a separate, not because it's bombed or anything, but I don't think we're talking about it as like a second thing. I think it's just more so than anything. I think this is just a PC. And if you plug it into your TV, that's fine. But people already do that with existing PCs. Like, I don't see this as like a new thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think that the fear that people are throwing at it of like, oh, this is going to like really shake up the games industry. I disagree. I do think that this and what we're hearing about the next Xbox, I do think that they are the ones that are most positioned to like better meet consumers where they want to be. Like, they're making the smart moves, right? Yeah. But I feel like on the Steam side of this, their consumers already have what they want. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't think this adds anything to people who are already Steam people. Whereas adding Steam to an Xbox, I feel like is a bigger get for Xbox. Like, that's a big thing for them, because it's like, oh, now we get PlayStation games, now we can get all these other things, right? Like, that's cool. This is just like, oh, I bought a different PC that I can plug into my TV. Which, and again, I think that's cool, but it will be, I believe, a secondary thing. So I don't think it's going to be this huge shakeup. I'm happy to see it. I love Valve making moves. I hope they start putting out like games again. That's what I want.
Half-Life 3, baby.
Half-Life 3, baby, any day.
There was some weird stuff that
there were some rumors, actually.
And there's some stuff under their publishing, or like their publisher on Steam, that shows like an unannounced game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So who knows?
So like you said, New Games Newer, he said it looks like a squash Series X. It really does. It looks like a chopped off Series X.
I don't think it looks bad. I
don't think so either.
It feels a little retro-ish. I like that. I like the fact that you can change out the faceplates. I think it's a cool design. I mean, it's a square, to be clear, but like, I think it's fine. Like, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this that makes me like super excited. I'm not like, oh my God, this is the future. Or like, wow, look at it. It's so cool. I'm just like, hey, man, that's kind of neat. Like, I'm glad that exists. Hey. But I don't think it's people who are talking about this like, oh, it's going to like, it's Xbox is screwed, PlayStation is screwed. Yeah. This is not going to be that disruptive.
This is not
just not.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. To me, I think, again, it's not going to sell more than any of them. You said, it's like a small disruptor, if anything.
I do think that this will, if this possibly could pull some people away who are already considering switching to PC from a console, because it's going to give them a more console-like experience.
You say
they
that
can
you say that
have in their
versus
living room.
you say that versus going for the Xbox though.
Well, the Xbox isn't out yet.
Right, I'm saying like
The Xbox isn't going to be out next year.
To be fair,
so
I think as
for
long
a
as
short time, it's going to do that.
do you
by
think?
itself.
I think
But do you think they
the
would jump
smartest
for
thing
this
Xbox
when
can-
they have a current
Yeah.
gen right now? Though, do you think they'd be like, "Oh, let me just move to this right now"? You know what I mean?
There's been a lot of people who have been like a lot of my friends have been dumping some of their hardware because you can get a pretty good price for
You can nowadays, yeah,
a lot of the consoles.
yeah.
So like it
PCs
is
as well.
a decent thing to use as an off ramp to on ramp on, and Valve is a well known like good company,
Right.
Like they
Trusted.
have good support, they have good policy. So like it's much easier to be like, oh, the Valve device, I could hop in on that instead of something like from like iBuyPower or you know.
yeah.
And so I think that like this device is going to be successful. I don't think it's going to be runaway successful. I think it's going to be successful in the same way the Steam Deck was, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
Steam
Now I
Deck
do
has sold like
disagree.
Yeah, I
no,
don't
the
know
Steam
if it
Deck has sold
will.
like 5 to 10 million 10 million units.
Well, I don't
think
know
this
about
will also
definitely
sell 5
not
to 10
10.
million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely because the last numbers we heard about the Steam Deck was at the end. Because I looked this up at work because I was curious. The last numbers that were reported was at the end of 2024. We were looking at 4 million units sold. That was like that was the number. So
Yeah.
I really don't think that in the third year of the thing's life that it was going to sell twice again what it did in its first 2 years. I think realistically it's probably at like 6, 7 tops.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that this will move about as much as the Steam Deck did personally.
Yeah, I think it's probably about right.
And I think that the two audiences that are going to move to it are console gamers who want out of the console, want out of consoles and want to migrate to PC, and they want an easy on ramp. Or it will be people who are very enfranchised into Steam and want a secondary set box that is just easy to set up to put into their
Plug
living
and play for them, and then,
or their bedroom,
Yeah.
or you know, put
That
under
makes
a
sense.
TV
Yeah.
that they can install their stuff on and not just do some kind of streaming solution, but it's a simple out of the box solution that they don't have to build a new PC. They don't have to,
Right.
you know, it just kind of works.
Yeah, that
Like
makes,
Todd Howard,
that
it
makes
just
sense.
works,
It just
right?
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just works. And like that's where I would be totally in on that because I love things like that to try that. I just don't like Steam OS because like there's a lot of the games that I would want to play that are like a challenge
hard
to
to
get
find.
working on Steam OS or impossible because of the anti-cheat stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like I would want to play like Nolvis if I you know, like the Skyrim mod pack.
Yeah.
And it has the specs that I could run the like I could run the either the slimmed down graphics version or even the like no graphics upgrade but all the gameplay mechanic upgrades. But it just doesn't like it's so hard to get those kind of mod packs working on a Linux device because of the extra dependencies that Proton can't fix.
So the biggest hurdles seem to be the pricing, like we were saying, and also the hurdle of the multiplayer part for
Yes.
certain games that are not on it.
Yeah. Well, I also heard,
Yeah.
and I don't know if this is true because the person I heard it from was somebody who I don't necessarily like think is the smartest in the world. But I also heard that it might be like weirdly frame rate gated.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
Well,
But
they
were
do.
like,
No,
yeah,
It does
should
say as
actually have
the
better.
it does say the 4K 60 at using FSR, so it seems like it'll be limited due to that. That you won't be, if without using FSR, you'll be limited. Which I don't know why people still do the whole 4K 60 thing, and seeing how like most of them won't be able to accomplish that anyway, and not true 4K with it. But
It's going to depend on so like I personally would put this thing at like I would put my resolution at like 1440p
Yeah.
coming out of this or like 1080p
Yep.
even
100%.
but also it's going to depend on where the bottleneck on the system is because it's going to be about as good if not better than the PS5 Xbox Series X.
Okay. Wait, you say
and-
just about as good? It's not going to be better, you think, than the current gen?
It's going to depend on On paper, it should be better.
Okay.
In practice, games have to be There's a higher bar of optimization that goes into console games than PC.
Yeah.
It's not a like
Not an easy one-to-one
one-to-one,
translation. Yeah.
right? Because console games have to be designed in a way that like they're using the shared VRAM, so they don't actually have the shared RAM VRAM, so they don't actually have as much like memory. But like you can have like a 32 gig system with 11 gigs of VRAM and get worse performance in a game on PC because of like just how OSs work and like how actually structured a console is and how memory and stuff is allocated. That like it's easier to optimize for them and it's more necessary to optimize for them.
Right.
With something like the Steam machine, this is going to be kind of possible because of how they can target the Steam OS. Everything will have the same everything has the same specs, right? Every Steam box has the same specs as the next Steam machine, right? Like every one of them.
Yeah.
So you can kind of design for that, but there's limitations of that. But it does have a better processor, a much better processor than the current machines, like the actual CPU part, not the GPU part. And the CPU, if a game is CPU limited, it will kick the modern console's ass. Like you're going to get better frame rate in a game that has its limitation based on the CPU. If it's based on the GPU, it may perform worse.
Might have some bottlenecking. That, by the way,
it may perform worse.
I see. There goes the LED different colors. By the way, you were right, Danny. So it definitely does have that. And just to quickly show this, sorry to cut you off, Crusader. So they got the blue there, the pure white, which I use, purple, green, orange. So yeah, they definitely have that. It'd be nice too if it had pulsing in different styles of how it could flash or whatever the light.
Someone will do something with it.
Yeah. Somebody probably does some custom design, I'm sure.
There'll be some faceplate that's got like dancing big titty anime girls or something.
Right.
You can already buy one that looks like a companion cube, by the way.
Nice.
Of course you can.
They also have, just to quickly, because we got to wrap it up, but they also have this VR headset that you can buy with the, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I'm not a big VR person, so.
No, this is very weird. Like VR is done. Like we knew that.
Right.
We know VR has failed. Like why now?
It's
babe?
not just VR. It's also meant to like kind of stream your games and stuff like that. Just in the goggles.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Again, I'm kind of happy they're doing like weird hardware shit because like no one else is.
Meta's got VR.
What?
Meta's got VR.
Yeah.
You can go
Sony
on
too. Sony also has PSVR.
Because like
I think they basically discontinued that.
The one cool thing that I have seen from like the Oculus and I guess it's really just the Oculus doing it is the whole incorporation of like you can play all of the Xbox Cloud games in that. So it's not like you're actually playing the VR game, it's just that like the screen is just in the headset to just play the games. I kind of like that for situations where something's going on and I just want to completely zone out and tune everything out around me. Is it a little socially awkward? Yeah, but the whole situations that I'm discussing would be like horribly socially awkward situations. So like I kind of dig the concept. I'm definitely not going to buy it.
No, if there was one piece of hardware in this announcement that will fail, it's probably this.
Yeah.
But again,
I imagine how much it would cost. What would you guys think this would cost for this headset?
It's gonna be expensive. Yeah. This is gonna be
probably about
$400,
like
$500. Oh no, the VR.
It's gonna be even more.
Those VR headsets are expensive.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't think about it. You can see where my mind is at. I'm like 500 maybe.
No, yeah, because how much? Like PSVR was crazy, and this is gonna be. You have to assume better than that.
True. Yeah. That's the. I guess the price of entry is also where I'm like,
that's how most people are with VR.
Do I want to pay that for having this stupid thing on my head? Like I'm Sam Fisher? I don't know. But listen, I've never been a fan of VR, so this has no appeal to me at all. But I do wonder how it would look to be able to be able to stream your games and just play through it properly without. I just wonder. I don't know. My nephew, my sister, ill-advisedly got him the Meta Quest 3, so I can easily use his and test it out if I want it. But,
yeah, I know a couple people that got a VR headset collecting dust in their closets.
You're right. Exactly. Let me read this super chat. My brother Soil Tech had dropped. He dropped a $2 donation. Thank you, Soil Tech brother. He said Gamsley stinks at games, but he left already too. Devil face. Yes, emoji. Yes, we can all agree there. Soil Tech. Soil Tech says it'll probably be about a $1K for this. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe I'm undercutting the price.
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, and now for that reason is why I feel like if this is going to be hitting that, I doubt the Steam machine itself is going to be under 800. I would imagine
the Steam machine will be cheaper than the VR because the VR's got to have like a whole screen on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Screen, battery. Well, actually, is it like can you use it? It's standalone, right? Like you don't need another device to use it.
I thought so, but that's a good question.
Because like that was something I didn't look up.
Yeah. Oh, it might be standalone. You might be right.
Because like they're advertising this really weird. Because they are advertising it as like a device that like you use as like a monitor, not so much that it's like their next VR thing.
You're right. It is probably standalone. You're probably right. Yeah, looking the way they're showing it here, it looks like it is standalone.
Which is really interesting that they're like again, I like the concept of like a weird like monitor headset, but like I don't know. I need to see it.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's right. It is ARM based. Solotech's completely right. It is ARM. The CPU in it is like a Snapdragon or something like that.
As long as we can all agree
that.
that if we see somebody like at the airport with one of these on, they are gonna get
ridiculed.
Yeah. As soon as I see some kid like walking down the street with this and he's like doing hand gestures or some shit, like he's getting close. I'm just sticking a foot out and seeing if he notices. You know what I mean?
Look at this nerd. Trip him. Take that, nerd. This thing cost me my mom $1,200.
I think like Logan Paul did some shit like that, and everyone was like, "Bro, you look like the stupidest ass." Even more so than usual. You look like this stupid.
Yeah, I was like, he always looks like that. That's just the way he looks. But yeah, I guess we'll give closing thoughts. I like what I'm seeing here. I think this, to me, if we're talking about competition, which Satya's like, let us have competition. All right, then let's. The game is on, Satya and Xbox and Microsoft. If you all are about that, then put your meanest first best foot forward when going into next gen. I want them to go out. I want them to come out hard. Pause when the next gen starts. That's why I had to say that, because like they're saying like we're beyond PlayStation. Like we're not looking at them as competition anymore. We're looking at the Amazons and such. I remember that they were looking at beyond that. We're looking at Netflix and all of that now. Right, true. Yeah, true.
When they name the person they're trying to take out,
that's
Google,
true.
Amazon.
Yeah. That's fair. Fair point. I forgot. Yeah.
You don't want to be on Satya's death note.
Yeah. To be fair,
yeah, he kills you by not doing anything. To him.
Yeah, but it works.
I'll ignore you until you die.
Not doing anything. I don't know. They couldn't catch light neither, but he was doing something.
Yeah, right.
They were like, all these people keep dying of heart attacks. They did it to themselves. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. So to be fair to that, I want them to come out with the next gen, man, and come with like just go all out, and I think they're on the right track with it. I just want them aggressiveness, and I think that's what a lot of fans are missing is this aggressiveness from Microsoft and Xbox when it comes to the console market. Like they kind of just
I just miss them doing something for me.
That too. And the only reason I would say that I want them
to update the console in forever. Like the OS is stagnant. The features are stagnant.
Yeah. That makes me wonder, like, how will the next gen UI look? I'm actually excited to see what the next gen UI will look like, considering
you have to imagine if it has different storefronts that they will actually have to change it. To some extent.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. Like maybe they'll have a Steam store on the You know,
I don't think the storefronts are going to be native features. I think they're going to be something that you have to go out and install yourself. Like,
Makes
they're
sense.
they're not going to deliver Steam to you.
Yeah, right,
You're going
right.
to have the opportunity to put Steam on the system.
Makes sense. And you could obviously go to the Windows features
And then when
outside
you
of that. Yeah.
right. And when you install the games, it's going to be kind of like how Windows is working right now, where like the Xbox app will pick up your
Yep.
Steam installed games. Maybe they'll have a full integration where like if it recognizes Steam's installed, it can sync your library and you can install the games.
Mm-hmm.
And it will send a command to Steam to install it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wouldn't
But like
yeah.
that's a big maybe.
Wouldn't it be interesting if you get them on either platform and like the third parties start allowing where you can save transfer your stuff from whatever platform to the next?
I mean, like you can kind of do that with some games right now.
Some
like,
games,
Ubisoft games just do that.
True. I would like it to be like a universal feature though. Like,
I would too.
that'd be cool. But yeah. Anyway, like let me play the rest of this little video. I guess that's the end of it. Yeah, that's the end. Anyway, I guess what's your final thoughts? I guess I'll wrap it up with that. Danny, what's your final thoughts of the Steam machine?
I think it's all right. I think it's going to be one of those things where people are going to really talk it up, and then it's not going to back up other people's words in very much the same way of the Steam Deck, where people are like, "Oh my God, this is a crazy thing. Everybody needs to do a handheld," and then it's like, "Well, it sold like 6 million." Like, I'm sorry, but that's not. You don't need to do that. Like, you could. It's cool, but you don't got it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing for them to do. I think anyone who's like, oh, this is going to shake up the industry, unless the industry they're talking about is the pre-built industry, like if you're iBuyPower, you should be worried. If you're Xbox or PlayStation, you're fucking fine, dude. You're good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think it combined with Xbox, when they're both do it, that could truly shake up the industry.
Yeah, but not in a way that's
when,
going to like kill PlayStation or anything.
No, but it may drive PlayStation to actually open the PC store, which could be why they are opening a PC store.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're transitioning to day and date anyway. Eventually, I just want to see how this all plays.
Oh, they will. Yeah, for sure. They're going PC.
Yeah.
All the way, and then they're going to start putting stuff on Xbox.
There we go.
They already have. I'm just saying.
One utopia coming up. We're almost there, fellas. We're almost there. Listen, I want to give a shout out again to everyone in the chat. Thank you all for coming through. I see you, KC. I see you, Black John, my ROG ally brother. Ponty again. Soil Tech, my brother. Thank you, BT. I see you, brother. Fuzzy Tomato. You say tomato, I say tomato. Good sir. Who else is still here? T-Gan. I'm just going to say T-Gan to keep it short and sweet. To everyone that's still here, and for anyone who may be lurking, thank you guys for coming by and giving us support, man. We really do appreciate it. Again, memberships are open if anyone wants to jump in. It's a very low entry. I believe it's like $2 or something like that. Your last $2, I'm not going to lose. So consider joining in and, get shouted out by us and all the love. Maybe I got to stop shouting people in the chat out and only save that for those who membership buy in, and then you all feel jealous, and if I don't say anything,
true.
Yeah, unless you remember, then I'm like, yeah, you remember, so I'll talk to you. But
yeah, what's up, Soil Tech, and no one else?
Yeah, hey, Soil Tech and Adidas. Everyone else, I don't know who you are. Yeah. Who are you people? I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I'm not. That. That's crazy. I love you all.
But anyway,
but I do place favorites.
Yes. But we're going to get out of here, folks. Thank you all again. If you have not done so, hit that like button before you exit out. Let's get to these outros. Daniel J. McGee, my brother, tell the good folks where they can find you and what you'll be up to soon.
Yes. You can find me on my other podcast, Ready, Set, Replay. We're putting up I believe this week is a Star Trek episode, and then we'll be talking about a lot of this stuff again, but with less information on Saturday. So come on by. I think we did just put up an episode of us talking about the first 3 Street Fighter games. That was a really fun one. We aren't the best fighting game players in the world, but we did have a lot to say about those games. So
hey,
if you're interested in hearing us talk about the history of those fighting games, we got some stuff for you.
Now,
So swing on by.
are we expecting, or should we expect to hear you guys randomly shouting out Hadouken, or
I do think actually Skylar does do one at one point.
Okay.
I don't remember which one. I edited it like a week ago, but I think he does.
Okay, because I need to hear Hadouken or Shoryuken or Tatsumaka Senpukai. I need to hear something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't that last one.
Okay. I used to be such a Street Fighter fanboy back in the day. Not only did I draw them, like Ryu, he probably still is my all-time favorite, but they had a manual that came with the game back on the Super Nintendo, and it showed the names of those moves. And I remember looking it up. It was like the Tatsumaka Senpukai. That's how they would say it. Tatsumaki Senpukai, which is Tatsumaka means like hurricane. So it's Tatsumaki Senpukai. And it's like, or Kayaku, and so it means hurricane kick. And I was like, oh, okay, that's why ooh. And it's so funny, fast forwarding to now, like there are characters I know that are called Tatsumaki, like in the girl off One Punch Man, for instance, Hurricane. Ooh. So like, it's just interesting, a little bit of lore, Umbra lore right there. But anyway, and of course, Crusader, my good brother, tell the good folks where they can find you and what you'll be up to.
Yeah, you'll be able to find me at Crusader3456 on most social media, and I will be doing a lot of coverage of GT&H still, and I will be doing coverage of good old Novus coming up soon on my social medias. And you'll see me getting really fucking mad at PlayStation for releasing a mobile game and then having a month where they still didn't put the Ratchet & Clank games in PS Plus Classics. So...
Damn you!
Just expect to see me rant about that for the next couple days. Without end.
Yes,
I'm okay. I think they put the Sly Cooper ones in there, so I'm.
They did. They are all there. I've platinumed the first one.
Hell yeah, brother!
Nice.
The second one. Those are cash money.
Those games are.
When you get the Novas up and running, man, I definitely look forward to seeing some of the images and like if you get any video capture.
I have it up and running. It's just I haven't done
captured any.
Yet.
Okay, yeah, looking forward to seeing how that looks.
I'm not I'm not what you'd call very good at like recording gameplay. Not that I can't technically like do it at a technical level. I can easily do that.
Yeah.
I don't find when I play video games for it to be very entertaining because I play in a very methodical way.
I'm kind of like that too, depending on what game it is. When it comes to games like Outer Worlds or Oblivion, I'm kind of the same way. So I see why you say that. Yeah. But more action-based games like this on the screen, for instance, yeah, no problem. But those types, yeah, I get exactly what you mean. Yeah, looking forward to seeing it because I might have to install it and use it myself. And so, shout out to Soil Tech. He said it. He says Umbra is absolutely correct. He found the exact name, Tatsumaki Senpu Kayaku. I was right. Yeah, it's been years since I've looked at that. I mean, I'm talking about I was a teenager.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was a teenager and I still remember that. Like that's how much I.
So it's like we gotta talk. You can't be giving him wins like that.
Yeah, but that's how much it embraced. I embraced it, man. Thank you, Soil Tech. Don't listen to Danny. But yes, look, as far as myself, Infinite Umbra or Umbra Infinite, you'll find me either way on social media. Here again with the fellas next week, we have a special, which would have been the 100th episode thing. Shout out to Zach Riley. I'm not sure if Riley is still here, but he was like, is this the 200 finally, the 100th episode? I'm like, oh, yeah. So this is like the 107th episode, whatever. Anyway. Next week, we got something special, so I want everyone to make sure they shout it out and share it out. We have a plethora of great content creators and people you all will know coming by. So we have Paris, we have Randall Thor. Now, this is minus any changes in their schedule because Paris is very busy, as you all know, too, so you never know. We have Paris, Randall Thor, my brother... Everborn and Kay Asante, both of them coming through, and Dirk Griggity, all for this next week. And more or less, we're going to be doing like this evergreen kind of discussion just about life, gaming with them, how they got into this and into where they're at now as far as their lifestyles and gaming and all that. May ask more personal questions too on their family life if they feel free to go into that. Yeah, no Holly, BT. Holly has yet to be on this show. I think she thinks we're too low grade for her, BT. I'm not sure. I don't know.
And she's right, but she's rude to say it.
Right. I mean, she can be right and wrong at the same time, right? But yeah, you all. I hope you all will come by next week for sure. It's going to be a really, really big show, and I'll make sure to share it out. A really big show. I'll make sure to share it out and everything like that to get your attention on social media too ahead of time. But definitely would love for you all to come by and support, especially on that day. I want to have like record turnouts of like, oh, we got 1,000 people in the chat. That'll be nice. Yeah, that would be nice. I know I'm very lofty, but anyway, here again next week at 7 o'clock Eastern. 8 o'clock Eastern. 7 o'clock our time, Danny. Right? Yeah. And, of course, on Tuesdays, I forgot to shout it out. Tuesdays, the Xbox Factor with Boom, myself, and Jamie Moran. I forgot to point that out. Redcipe, he says, it's an ugly controller. How far back are you?
He's back a ways. It is an ugly controller, though.
Yeah.
Brother, you're in the past. I got to warn you about some elections that are coming up.
Yeah. Vote no. Let me stop. But, yeah. Yeah, the recipe is a little back there. You had to fast forward a little bit, recipe. Anyway, we're going to get out of here, guys. You all have a great weekend. Play some games. Enjoy life. And, yeah, try to enjoy life, I should say. There's some crazy stuff going on. Anyway, try to enjoy life and come back here again and, kick it with us. We'll talk with you guys later.